सर ने ज्वाइन कर लिया?
Madam, we are live on YouTube.
हेलो।
हाँ, ज्वाइन मतलब है ना, हो गया है, लाइव हो
Yes,
गया है।
madam.
ओके ओके।
Yes, मैम, आपका वीडियो ऑफ है मैम।
मेरा वीडियो ऑफ है, ओके।
There is a
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Very good morning.
Good morning, sir.
सर गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
Very good morning.
सर शैल वी स्टार्ट नाउ?
Yeah. Yeah.
हाँ, स्ट्रीमलाइन हो गया है सर, यूट्यूब पे करवा दिया है।
Okay. Okay.
ओके। Respected sir, guest, faculty members and participants, very pleasant good morning to all of you. It is my privilege to welcome you all at the virtual platform for 2 days national workshop, Practical Approach to Livestock Farming, Animal Health and Animal Hygiene and Health. It is the first online webinar of this college, an idea generated with my colleague when discussing about the subject run in BSc AG Agriculture Honors in second year about the practicals, and then we designed the lectures on workshop accordingly. The subject experts are rich in their areas and had planned the content to be delivered in video PPTs with their lecture. The experts are from different veterinary universities. The Dr. Gajendra Lohnde, head Department of Animal Husbandry, VNMKV, Parbhani, Maharashtra, and will be delivering the lecture on role of livestock in national economy.
मैडम आप म्यूट हो गए मैम, अनम्यूट कर लें एक बार।
Department of Surgery and Radiology, Mumbai Veterinary College, Parel, Mumbai, Maharashtra Animal and Fisheries Science University, Nagpur University. Then again, Sir Lohnde sir is there for cleaning milk production and milk methods. He will deal with this lecture. Then common diseases of livestock and poultry, Dr. Manjunath, head Department of Veterinary Clinical Complex, Veterinary College, Vidyanagar, Hassan, Bidar, Karnataka. And Management of Dairy Cows, Dr. Dhirendra Bhosle, Associate Professor, Department of LPM, College of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry, Bilaspur, DSVC, Kamdhenu Vishwavidyalaya, Durg. Handling and restraining of livestock will be dealt by Dr. Dinesh Udharao Lokhande, Professor, Department of Surgery and Radiology, Mumbai Veterinary College, Parel, Mumbai, Maharashtra Animal and Fisheries Science University, Nagpur. Breeding and management with respect to goat farming and basic understandings of backyard poultry farming and its difference from Indian poultry industry will be dealt by Dr. Gautam Rai, who is Senior Scientist and Head of Krishi Vigyan Kendra, Raipur, Indira Gandhi Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Raipur. And so this is all about our experts. And in these 2 days, we have tried to cover the maximum topics to benefit to our participants. As we know that livestock not only provide poor people with food, income, traction and fertilizer, but also act as a catalyst that transforms subsistence farming into income generation enterprises, allowing poor households to join the market economy. The participants are from different corners of country, had registered, and in all we had received 768 registration. The webinar streamlined on live YouTube with students, faculty, and some of the progressive farmers are with us from the states of Maharashtra, UP, and Andhra Pradesh. I am thankful to Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. S.K. Patil sir, who has given me an opportunity to organize the webinar on this topic. I also received continuous guidance and support from Dr. M.P. Thakur, Director, Instructions and Controller of Examination, Indira Gandhi Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Raipur, throughout the journey. And I am also thankful to the Dr. R.K. Bajpai sir, who has accepted our invitation in very short span of time as a guest of honor and is also very supportive in college activities. Thank you, sirs. My college faculty members were very active since beginning from beginning and bridging the gap between the experts, technical team, and coordinating with the participants. And also to the Dr. Rahul Arya, scientist from RMD Ambikapur, Rajmohini Devi College of Agriculture and Research Station, Ambikapur, who had given a wide publicity with the organizing committee. Here, I want to quote that the brochure is designed, conceptualized by me, but brought to the floor by my colleagues, Dr. Anil Divya, Sri Mandal, and other helping hand typists, Sri Guduram Usendi, and organizing committee members. I am thankful to the experts and speakers who had accepted our invitation at one call and showed their cooperation for the same for delivering the lectures in practical mode. With that, I conclude my words and invite our guest of honor, Dr. R.K. Bajpai sir, for his valuable remarks.
Thank you, ma'am. Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Dr. S.K. Patil, sir, Dr. M.P. Thakur, Director Instruction, Madam Nashine, Dr. Gautam Rai, and other distinguished speakers from the different institute, and dear participants. It is my pleasure to join this program as a guest of honor. जैसा मुझे मैडम ने बताया कि इसमें बहुत से गौ पालक भी होंगे, इसलिए मैं अपनी बात हिंदी में रखता हूं। जैसा हम जानते हैं कि हमारे देश में लगभग देश की 2/3 जो ग्रामीण हैं वो कृषि के आजीविका पर निर्भर हैं, और उसमें लाइवस्टॉक फार्मिंग का बहुत बड़ा रोल है जो इस पे सीधे सीधे जुड़े हुए हैं। और आज की परिस्थिति में अगर मैं ये कहूं कि जो फार्मिंग सिस्टम चल रहा है, केवल जो कृषि के द्वारा जो है किसानों की इनकम को हम नहीं बढ़ा सकते हैं, तो ऐसी परिस्थिति में जो आज की परिस्थिति को देखते हुए इंटीग्रेटेड फार्मिंग मॉडल, और दूसरा एक जो वर्ल्ड वाइड जो सिनेरियो चल रहा है जिसमें जैविक खेती को लेकर बहुत बड़ा एक योगदान हो रहा है इस पशुपालन इंडस्ट्रीज के द्वारा, इन दोनों को अगर हम देखें तो ये आने वाले समय के लिए हमारे जो पशुधन पालक किसान हैं उनके लिए एक बहुत बड़ा सोर्स होगा। मैं यहाँ पे एक चीज विशेष रूप से कहना चाहूंगा कि छत्तीसगढ़ सरकार जो है इस दिशा में बहुत अच्छा कार्य कर रही है, और इन्होंने अपने 2 जो फोकस प्रोग्राम रखे हैं जिसमें नरवा घुरवा बाड़ी, इसमें उन्होंने हमारे लाइव स्टॉक के ऊपर ध्यान दिया है, और ठीक इसी तरह से इन्होंने जो है जो दूसरा प्रोग्राम गोधन न्याय योजना जो शुरू किया है, इसमें भी इन्होंने गोबर खरीद करके हमारे ग्रामीण किसान भाइयों को एक आर्थिक सहायता प्रदान की है। तो इन दोनों को देखते हुए मुझे लगता है कि आने वाले समय में जो पशुपालकों की जो संख्या होगी निश्चित रूप से बढ़ेगी। और जो मैडम ने जो प्रोग्राम लिया है इसमें मुझे एक चीज अच्छी बात लगी कि इतने सुदूर एरिया में बैठकर आपने कृषकों की इस दिशा को सोचा, तो मैं आपको धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं कि आपने ऐसे विषय वस्तु को चूज किया जिसपे शायद सामान्य परिस्थिति में लोगों का फोकस नहीं जाता है। जैसे हम जानते हैं कि लगभग 536 मिलियन जो है पशुधन हमारे देश में है, जो कि मैं समझता हूँ वर्ल्ड में हाईएस्ट है, और छत्तीसगढ़ में वो पशुओं की संख्या बहुत ज्यादा है। जैसा हम जानते हैं कि बफेलो या भैंसों के क्षेत्र के अगर संख्या के देखें तो हिंदुस्तान जो है वर्ल्ड में सबसे आगे है, और आज की डेट में बकरियों के नंबर पे हम देखें तो नंबर 2 पे आते हैं। तो मेरा ये कहना है कि जो इंटीग्रेटेड फार्मिंग मॉडल है ये एक्चुअल में आने वाले समय के फ्यूचरिस्टिक एग्रीकल्चर के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा स्कोप होगा। और अभी आप और हम देख रहे हैं कि जो जैविक खेती के लिए जो कार्यक्रम शुरू किया गया है अलग अलग स्टेट में, और छत्तीसगढ़ में भी जो है जैविक एग्रीकल्चर मिशन का उन्होंने प्रोग्राम किया है। और हमारे यहाँ जो गोधन न्याय योजना के तहत गोबर खरीदने का कार्य किया है, वर्मी कंपोस्टिंग बनाने का कार्य किया है, तो मुझे लगता है कि ये एक काफी अच्छा प्रयास है सरकार का, क्योंकि ये जिस उद्देश्य को लेकर आपने ये कार्यशाला आयोजित की है, इसमें पशु पोषण, पालन और स्वास्थ्य को लेकर, तो मुझे लगता है कि आने वाले समय में जिन चीजों की जानकारी हमारे किसान भाइयों को नहीं है, उनको इससे संबंधित बहुत अच्छी जानकारी आपके एक्सपर्ट के द्वारा प्रदान की जाएगी। और मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि आपका ये वेबिनार जो है, इसमें कई अच्छे वक्ता अभी आपने जैसा इंट्रोडक्शन में बताया है, तो निश्चित रूप से हमारे कृषक भाइयों के लिए जो कि पशुधन के क्षेत्र में अपना कार्य कर रहे हैं, उनके लिए बहुत लाभदायी होगा। मैं आपके इस 2 दिन के वेबिनार के लिए आपको पुनः धन्यवाद देता हूं, और ऐसे सभी लोग जो इससे जुड़े हुए हैं उनको मैं आभार मानता हूं कि इस वेबिनार में आप सम्मिलित होकर एक अच्छा लाभ प्राप्त कर सकेंगे। धन्यवाद मैम।
Thank you, sir, for your valuable remarks on integrated farming system and schemes of Chhattisgarh states, which will be benefit to the farmers. Now, I request Dr. M.P. Thakur, Director Instructions and Controller of Examination, Indira Gandhi Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Raipur, to give the valuable remarks for the participants, please. Sir, it is over to you.
Thank you, madam. Good morning to all of you. Chief guest of the inaugural function of this 2-day online national workshop, which is targeted on the practical approach to livestock farming, animal hygiene and health. The chief guest of the function, Dr. S.K. Patil Sahab, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of the Dynamic Agriculture University, Indira Gandhi Agriculture University. Guest of honor, Dr. R.K. Bajpayee, Director Research Services, Indira Gandhi Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Raipur. All the deans of the constituent colleges of IGKV, all the principals of private affiliated colleges of IGKV, all senior scientists and heads of the Department of Krishi Vigyan Kendras, Organizing Secretary, Professor and Dean Cars Narayanpur, Dr. Ratna Nasine, Joint Organizing Secretary, Course Director, Course Coordinator, Organizing Committee, College of Agriculture and Research Station Narayanpur, all the resource persons from Bidar, Karnataka, Parbhani, Nagpur, Durg, Raipur, and all my loving students and dear farmers. First of all, I would like to congratulate Dr. Ratna Nasine, who is the Organizing Secretary, Professor and Dean of this very important college, for organizing this 2-day online national workshop on the topic which has already been discussed. And she has organized this topic in such a remote area, that is Narayanpur, and arranging the competent resource person from different parts of the country. I think the efforts made by the Dean Cars Narayanpur, it must be appreciated. And I hope that it may inspire and ignite many other deans of the constituent colleges of the university, and not only the constituent college of the university, but even the principals of the affiliated private colleges in organizing such event to benefit the students and farming community in this lockdown period of COVID-19 pandemic situations, when physical classes are not possible to be conducted, and such guest faculty in such remote areas are so difficult to be hired. The idea behind organizing this event, I think it was very simple, as discussed with Dr. Ratna Nasine. The guest faculty of the subject to be taught during UG program, I think it was not available at Narayanpur. And I think that was the reason which compelled the Dean Narayanpur to go for this particular option and invite the competent faculty from all over the country. If required, I think Dean may pay the honorarium to the guest faculty requested for this kind of program. And may I request all other deans and principals to make use of this virtual platforms and involve the faculty and student both in the teaching and learning process till the regular physical classes are resumed. I think it will allow our own faculty to be exposed to the latest development taking place in the field and help the students in learning and understanding the subjects from the most competent and learned faculty members of the country. I think the topic chosen by the organizer is practical approach livestock farming, and where the trained faculty from our own organization is very limited. And I think this two-day workshop is very well designed by the organizer, and the faculty hired is from the reputed organization of the country, for which the entire team of CARS Narayanpur, they deserve appreciation from the university. Friends, livestock plays a very important role in Indian economy. Livestock farming business in India ranks first with the average milk production of 78 million tons per annum. About 20.5 million people, they depend on agriculture, they depend on livestock for their livelihood, and livestock contributed 16% to the income of the small farm household, as against an average of 14% of all rural households. Livestock sector contributes about 4.11% of the GDP and 25.6% of the total agriculture. Animal farming or livestock farming becomes a very important business nowadays in India. It is a very promising venture, and it can be operated from your backyard, or as a small scale or even in a large scale. Livestock represents the only way in which the natural vegetation that covers large part of India can be converted into the protein products, which can be used by the human being. This sector provides drought power and manure, as started rightly by Dr. R.K. Bajpai, to the crop enterprise, and in turn it provides feed and fodder. I think we have large forest area of 46% in our country, which can be amicably utilized for this sector, this particular sector. I think in starting a dairy farming business, crafting a proper business plan, creating cropping and feeding program, waste management planning, financial planning, and marketing planning, these are all very, very important. There are number of sectors in this particular livestock business, and I think out of all of them, apart from cattle, I think commercial pig farming in India is becoming very promising. It is one of the most profitable livestock farming, and pigs, they grow fast than any other animals, and they have very high feed conversion efficiency also. If we look for the last 1 decade, I think the industrial livestock farming model has enabled a massive increase in agricultural production through 3 ways: animals and plants selected on the basis of their high production potential, and the second by the use of synthetic inputs that minimize the effect of production and limiting factors and environmental heterogeneity, the standardization of modes of production, and the specialization of farm and regions. I think this sector is going well, and if we look at the production of the livestock farming in Chhattisgarh, I think fish cultivation, fish production or aquaculture, it has created a revolution. I think 10 years back, we were purchasing a fish spawn from other neighboring states. Now we are in a position to supply this fish spawn to other states of the country. I think this sector gradually is strengthening, expanding very well in the state of Chhattisgarh, and with the support from the state government like Ghurwa, Narwa, the organic cultivation is going to be enhanced, and I think this can be very well fit in. It can be fit in well in the integrated farming system, which has been thought by the Honorable Prime Minister of India, that the farmer should divide his land into 3 parts: 33% agriculture, 33% horticulture, and 33% into the allied sector. And from that angle, I think this sector is becoming very, very important. For the 2 days, for organization this 2-day program, I would again like to congratulate Dr. Nasine and his entire team for organizing this kind of event for the benefit of the student as well as the farmers. He told that farmers are also involved. मेरे ख्याल से किसानों के लिए, और जो हमारे बच्चे जो सुदूर जगह में हैं, नारायणपुर जैसे रिमोट एरिया में है, निश्चित रूप से जो कॉम्पिटेंट अथॉरिटी इन 2 दिनों में अपने लेक्चर्स डिलीवर करने जा रही है, मेरे ख्याल से वो निश्चित रूप से उनका जो विषय है यूजी में जो पढ़ने जा रहे हैं, वो निश्चित रूप से शायद उनको वो ज्ञान मिल पाएगा जिसके लिए शायद उनके डीन ने प्रयास किया है। मैं पुनः इंदिरा गांधी कृषि विश्वविद्यालय की ओर से एक बार पुनः कास्ट नारायणपुर को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
Thank you, sir, for your valuable presidential remarks and words and throwing light on livestock farming and its importance. Now it is a time to hear from our eminent personality and chief guest of today's function, Dr. Professor S.K. Patil, sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Indira Gandhi Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, for his value. I invite him for his valuable words. Sir, it is over to you.
Thank you, madam, and good morning to all of you. My friend Dr. Bajpayee, Dr. Thakur, Madam Rashine, and the guest speakers from various states who have spared their valuable time to enlighten our faculty. I am told that students are also involved, and even some farmers are also there. So thank you very much, the experts, for sparing your valuable time for us. In fact, our previous 2 speakers, they have praised the effort of this college. The participants from this state, they know about the place, but for the benefit of participants from other states, I would like to make a mention here that this area where this college is situated, Narayanpur, is one of the most Naxal affected region, and you will wonder to know that this entire area is still not surveyed. You can't imagine that there is a part in the country which is still not surveyed by any agency. You can imagine how difficult the area is, and running a college, getting a faculty there, creating facilities is really very difficult. And I appreciate Madam Nashine. She is leading as a dean to that college and doing her best to benefit the students, the faculty, and even the farmers of that region. The topic chosen is very important: practical approaches to livestock farming, animal hygiene, and health. We all know the importance of animal husbandry in agriculture. A lot of data is presented by Dr. Thakur also. The areas which are difficult, which are stress prone.
Sir, थोड़ा इंटरप्ट कर रही हूँ सर, पार्टिसिपेंट्स आपकी बात को हिंदी में भी सुनना चाह रहे हैं सर, बार-बार मैसेज कर रहे हैं।
ओके, आपने इंग्लिश में शुरू किया तो मैं इंग्लिश में अपनी बात कहने लगा। मैं ये कह रहा था कि जो एरिया है ये बहुत डिफिकल्ट है जहाँ से ये प्रोग्राम हो रहा है, और नारायणपुर एक ऐसी जगह है जो आज तक जिसका सर्वे नहीं हुआ। बाहर के लोगों को ये जानकारी शायद नहीं होगी कि भारत के अंदर एक ऐसी जगह है, बॉर्डर्स में तो है हिमालयन रीजन और इस तरफ, लेकिन कंट्री के सेंटर में सैकड़ों स्क्वायर किलोमीटर ऐसी जगह है जिसका सर्वे आज तक नहीं हुआ है, और उस जगह पे हमारा ये कॉलेज काम कर रहा है। आप कल्पना कर सकते हैं कि कितना मुश्किल होगा, सर्विसेज किस तरह की होंगी, फैसिलिटीज कितनी मुश्किल होंगी, और वहाँ के स्टूडेंट्स, वहाँ की फैकल्टी, वहाँ के किसानों के बेनिफिट के लिए एक इस तरह का प्रयास जो हुआ है वो बहुत काबिल तारीफ है मैडम नशीने की तरफ से। और जो उन्होंने टॉपिक चूज किया है ये ऐसे एरियाज के लिए तो बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट है। एनिमल हस्बेंड्री जो स्ट्रेस प्रोन एरियाज हैं, जैसे सूखा एरिया है, डिजर्ट है या फॉरेस्ट है, जहाँ एग्रीकल्चर के लिए उतना स्कोप नहीं होता है, यहाँ की लाइवलीहुड इसी तरह के जो इंटरप्राइज हैं, एनिमल हस्बेंड्री जिसको हम कहते हैं, उस पे टिके होते हैं। पर्टिकुलरली ये जो नारायणपुर का एरिया है, ये लगभग फॉरेस्टेड एरिया है और यहाँ के किसानों का जो लाइवलीहुड है पूरी तरह से एनिमल हस्बेंड्री के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है। एनिमल हस्बेंड्री भी ऐसे एरियाज में बिल्कुल अलग से होती है। नो डेयरिंग, डेयरी ये बिल्कुल नहीं करते हैं। ओनली गोट, पिग्स एंड सम बर्ड्स जो बैकयार्ड पे ये पालते हैं। ऐसी सिचुएशन में किस तरह से प्रैक्टिकल अप्रोच हो जो एनहेंस कर सकती हो एनिमल फार्मिंग की? ऑर्गेनाइज तो बहुत सारे सक्सेस स्टोरीज हैं, बहुत टेक्नोलॉजीज हैं, कितना हाईटेक ये फार्मिंग हो गया है, खास करके डेयरी को अगर हम कहें और पोल्ट्री को, कि एक छोटा मैं कहूँ कि इंटरप्राइज या बिजनेस खास करके पोल्ट्री जैसे सेक्टर में तो खड़ा ही नहीं हो सकता। पोल्ट्री में सिर्फ जायंट्स हैं बड़े बड़े, छोटे लोग इसमें तो आ ही नहीं सकते, ऐसी स्थिति है। डेयरी भी कमोबेश इसी तरह का है कि बड़े बड़े सेक्टर्स इसमें हैं, फिर भी डेयरी छोटे स्केल पे भी लोग कर पा रहे हैं, लेकिन पोल्ट्री तो संभव ही नहीं है। ऐसे एरियाज में जहां बड़े बड़े कारपोरेट्स और इस तरह से लोग काम कर रहे हैं, क्या एवेन्यूज हो सकते हैं जो फार्मर्स कर सकें? खास करके पोल्ट्री में हमारे कई केवीकेज ने दिखाया है कि किस तरह से हाई वैल्यू बर्ड्स जो हैं अदर देन ब्रॉयलर्स, चाहे वो देशी बर्ड्स हों, कड़कनाथ की तरह के बर्ड्स हों, इनकी तरफ अगर फार्मर्स जाते हैं तो बड़ा फायदा उनको हो सकता है। इसी तरह से क्वेल फार्मिंग वगैरह एक ऐसे एरियाज हैं जिसमें कंपटीशन नहीं है, और जितना भी आप इसका प्रोडक्शन करें ये बिकता है, लेने वाले लोग हैं। पिग और गोट भी इसी तरह का एक सेक्टर है जहां पर बड़े लोगों का कंपटीशन नहीं है, एंड यू कैन सेल एट योर विल। आपकी जब इच्छा हो आप इसको बेच सकते हैं, जो डेयरी से इसको बहुत खास बनाता है। डेयरी बड़ा पेरिशेबल एक बिजनेस है, और खास करके छोटी डेयरी जहाँ 2 जानवर या 4 जानवर हों या 3 जानवर हों, इसमें लगातार मिल्क का भी इशू आता है कि राउंड द ईयर आपको मिल्क मिल नहीं पाता है, और जो इनकम है वो स्टैगर्ड राउंड द ईयर नहीं मिल पाता है। लेकिन बाकी जो चीजें हैं, चाहे पिग है, गोट है, या क्वेल्स हैं, बर्ड्स हैं, डक हैं, ये राउंड द ईयर आपको इनकम प्रोवाइड करने की इसमें कैपेसिटी है। और अक्सर इसको किसान का एटीएम भी कहते हैं कि जब मर्जी बेचा और पैसे ले लिए, और कहीं जाने की भी जरूरत नहीं है। तो ये कुछ ऐसे एरियाज हैं एनिमल हस्बेंड्री के अंदर जिनको प्रमोट ऐसे एरियाज में हमको करना चाहिए, और इनके लिए किस तरह के मॉडल्स अक्रॉस कंट्री भी डेवलप हुए हैं जिनको हम अपने फार्मर्स को बता सकते हैं और उन मॉडल्स को यहाँ इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं। ऑफ कोर्स हाइजीन, हेल्थ, न्यूट्रिशन, सैनिटेशन, सारा कुछ इसमें आप लोग कवर करेंगे, जो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है। आई वंस अगेन विश मैडम नशीने, her team and the Narayanpur College for organizing this 2 days workshop, and wish that it must be a successful program there. और इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ मैं अपनी बात समाप्त करता हूं कि ये 2 दिनों का जो कार्यक्रम है वो पार्टिसिपेंट्स को बेनिफिट करेगा। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your valuable words and influential thoughts and blessings. And certainly, it will be motivated. It will be motivating. It will motivate us. Now, I call Dr. Anil Divya to propose the vote of thanks for this function. हम कर देते हैं इसको unmute.
थैंक यू नसीने मैम, म्यूट कर दीजिए, इको करेगा। वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू, respected professor Dr. S.K. Patil, honorable vice chancellor Indira Gandhi Krishi Vishwavidyalaya Raipur, chief patron and chief guest of the inaugural function of 2 days national workshop।
सर सेकंड डिवाइस को रूम से बाहर कर दीजिए। अनिल सर दूसरे डिवाइस को रूम से बाहर कर दीजिए, अदरवाइज इको आएगा। म्यूट करने से काम नहीं चलेगा।
ओके, good morning all of you, respected Professor Dr. S.K. Patil, Honorable Vice Chancellor Indira Gandhi Krishi Vishwavidyalaya Raipur, Chief Patron, Chief Guest of the inaugural function of 2 days national workshop on practical approach to livestock farming, animal hygiene and health, R.K. Bajpai sir, Director of Honor, Dr. M.P. Thakur sir, Director Instruction and Controller Examination, Indira Gandhi Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Raipur, and our most valued invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, and participants. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. I, on behalf of College of Agriculture and Research Station, Narayanpur, Indira Gandhi Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Raipur, Chhattisgarh, and the entire organizing committee, and on my own behalf, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to our chief guest, Dr. S.K. Patil, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Indira Gandhi Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Raipur, for gracing the occasion and taking out time for very busy schedule and for valuable guidance and word for participants, which will really benefit us. Once again, sir, from our core of heart, I am very thankful to you, sir. I propose my sincere thanks to our guest of honor, Dr. R.K. Bajpai sir, Director Research Services, Indira Gandhi Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Raipur, for sharing his views and appreciation for the webinar. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation in very short time and gracing the occasion. We are highly thankful to you, sir. I also express my deep gratitude to Mr. Dr. M.P. Thakur sir, Director Instructions and Controller of Examination, Indira Gandhi Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Raipur, and patron to the of holding the webinar. I express my thanks to the esteemed resource person from different universities, Dr. Uddhav Rao Lokhande sir, Professor and Head Department of Surgery and Radiology, Mumbai Veterinary College, Parel, Mumbai, Maharashtra Animal and Fishery Sciences University, Nagpur, Dr. Girish Uddhav Rao Yadav sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Surgery and Radiology, Mumbai Veterinary College, Parel, Maharashtra Animal and Fishery Science University, Nagpur, Dr. Ram Prasad Nagarao Khandare sir, Assistant Professor, Soil Science and Agricultural Chemistry, Vasantrao Nayak Marathawad Agriculture University, Parbhani, Maharashtra, Dr. Manjunath DR, Assistant Professor and Head Department of VCC, Veterinary College, Asan, Karnataka, Veterinary and Animal Fishery Science University, Bidar, Karnataka, Dr. Dhirendra Bhonsle sir, Assistant Professor and Head Department of Zoology, Maharashtra, Chandrakar Kamdhenu Vishwavidyalaya, Durg, Chhattisgarh, and Dr. Gautam Roy, Senior Scientist and Head, Krishi Vigyan Kendra, Raipur, who will enlighten our participants with their vast expertise and knowledge by delivering their talk in coming days. We also thankful to all the dean directors, heads from different colleges, departments, and Vigyan Kendra who have joined our this program. Well, ladies and gentlemen, an event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels started rolling weeks ago. It requires planning and bird's eye for details. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by the team of our motivated and dedicated colleagues, Sri Kishore Mandal, Hanesh Kumar, Prasant Kumar, Dr. Umesh Das, Sri Vatsal Srivastav, and Sri Vishal Kumar Gupta of the organizing committee under the able leadership of Dr. Ratna Nasine ma'am, organizing secretary, and Dr. Jeevan Lal Nag sir, joint organizing secretary of this program. I am very thankful to Dr. Rahul Arya sir uh, for his great efforts to spread our events in among participants. And last but not least, we are thankful to the technical team of Prasad sir for their untiring devotion to keep us connected through online platform. Without him, it would be impossible to conduct this workshop. So this is not the end, rather it's a beginning. I request all the participants to remain connected for coming sessions for 2 days and share your feedbacks after the sessions. Your feedbacks are valuable for us. Wishing you all the best. Happy livestock learning. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Anil Divya. And the inaugural session is closed. I declare that. And I also request all the participants to be remain connected as Dr. G.K. Londhe sir is going to deal with the next session. Thank you, sir. And I'm very thankful to the Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, for gracing this occasion, Dr. R.K. Bajpai, sir, for accepting our invitation, and Dr. M.P. Thakur, sir, for his kind support and valuable suggestions. Thank you very much, sir. And I need your blessings too for the future also, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, wish you all the madam. Wish you all the best, madam.
Thank you.
Okay, madam. Thank you, and wish
Thank
you
you,
all
sir. Okay, sir. Thank you,
yes,
sir.
success for your webinar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. चलो डॉक्टर लोंधे सर आप तैयार हैं?
हाँ, yes ma'am. Can I share?
हाँ, yeah, you can share. प्रसाद सर सर को बोलें क्या?
Yes, sir. I have given the permission to share screen.
हाँ, स्क्रीन शेयर कर दीजिए, ठीक है.
Thank you, ma'am.
नहीं पेज तो है, पेज तो है और पेन और ये
Share हो गया?
Yes, sir. It is visible here.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. May I start, ma'am?
Please start the PPT.
Okay. So good morning to all. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. S.K. Patil, sir. Indira Gandhi Agriculture University, Raipur, and today's chief guest, Dr. Bajpai, sir, guest of honor, Director of Instruction, Dr. Thakur, sir, and Organizing Secretary, Dr. Ratna Nashin, all delegates, farmers, and student friends. Today I am here for presenting my talk on role of livestock in national economy. Before discussing the role of livestock in our economy, we must know what is our current status of
सर
livestock.
आपके ऑडियो में एक्सक्यूज में सर आपके
yes.
ऑडियो में तो नॉइज है सर और
Audio
आपके
problem है?
हाँ पीपीटी ओपन नहीं हुआ है सर.
पीपीटी नहीं दिख रहा?
पीपीटी नहीं दिख रहा, वो फोल्डर दिख रहा आपका.
ओ अभी शेयर नहीं हुआ.
शेयर हो गया है, पीपीटी ओपन नहीं हुआ था और ऑडियो में सर नॉइज है सर. हेडफोन एक बार निकाल के ट्राई करिए सर.
हेडफोन नहीं है, मैं कंप्यूटर पे बैठा हूँ. आप
हेडफोन में हाँ स्क्रीन तो शेयर हो गया है.
हाँ.
लेकिन एक साइलेंट वॉइस आ रहा है सर बैकग्राउंड में, तो अगर हेडफोन हो तो बहुत बेटर हो जाएगा सर.
हेडफोन लगाऊं?
जी।
हाँ, अभी आ रहे सर आवाज?
यस सर।
हेलो हेलो।
यस सर, यू आर ऑडिबल सर।
आवाज आ रही?
जी यस सर।
यस। हाँ, मैं स्टार्ट now?
यस सर।
So before discussing about the role of livestock in our Indian economy, we might discuss about the status of livestock industry in our country. As livestock play very important role in our socio-economic status of Indian population, particularly the rural population. If you see our livestock in 2019, the total livestock population in our country is 536.76 million, which is first in the world, and the share of livestock of our in world's livestock population, our share is 11.54%. If you think about only cattle, our total cattle population is 192.49 million, and in world cattle population, our share is 12.5%, which is second. We are second largest in cattle population in the world. If you see the buffalo population, the buffalo 109.85 million buffalo population is present in our country, and we are the largest buffalo population country in the world, and our share in world buffalo population is 56.7%. In small dominant, our share is 20.4%. This is the distribution of livestock in our country. Out of total livestock population, cattle take major place, that is 36.04%. Cattle population is present in our total livestock population, which is followed by goat, that is 27.74% goat population, and third buffalo 20.47 population, and sheep it is 13.83, followed by pig and other. If you see the percent growth over 19th census, in 2019, our population is, I can say, I will show this in this group graphical presentation. This is this graph shows the percent growth over 19th census. So over 19th census in 2019, our livestock population increases at the rate of 4.63%. Means over 19 population, our livestock population increases from 520 million to 336 million. Maximum growth was observed in sheep particularly. If we see in 2019, our sheep population is 74.26 million, which is 14.3% above the 19th census, which is followed by goat, that is 10.14% growth is seen over 19th census. Cattle and buffalo, little rise was seen. If you see the livestock population of our major leading 10 states, maximum growth in livestock population was seen in West Bengal, which is followed by Telangana state, that is 22.21%, and third position Andhra Pradesh. If you see, this Andhra Pradesh overtakes, this is Andhra Pradesh 15.79%, and which is the major states, that is Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan, the livestock population declines from 19th census. This is the graphical representation of cattle population. So total cattle population rises over 19th census is 8%. Here, major rise is observed in cattle female population, that is 18.0%. Means in 19th census, our cattle female population is 122.98, is 123 million. It increases in 2019 up to 145 million. This is the breed group-wise distribution of cattle population. Our total cattle population is 192 million in the year 2019, which is higher by 0.8% over 19th population, and total exotic and crossbred cattle increases by 26.9%, which is higher in our livestock population, where the total indigenous cattle population it decreases, means -6% decrease is observed in total indigenous and non-district cattle. So total cattle in milk, dry and milch cattle distribution is here. Here total cattle milch, it is increased by 9.8% over 19th population. This is again the same, that is crossbred cattle increases at 39.8%, which is major hike observed over the 19th population. This is cattle population in leading 10 states of India. The major growth was observed in Jharkhand, that is 28.16%, which is followed by Bihar, that is 25.18%, and Uttar Pradesh, it is Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. The cattle population decreases over 19th population. West Bengal is increased by 15.18%. In buffalo population is increased by 1.10% over the 19th population. This is the status of buffalo in major 10 states, that is the leading state. In Uttar Pradesh, the buffalo population increased by 7.81%. Maximum growth was seen in Madhya Pradesh, that is 25.88%, and in Punjab, which is the major, in Haryana, which is the major buffalo population state, the population of buffalo decreases over 19th population. It is decreased by -28.22%. Similar trend was observed in Punjab state also. In Punjab also, the buffalo population decreases by -22.17%. And in Madhya Pradesh, the buffalo population increases by 25.88% over 19 population. If you see the sheep population, the total sheep population increases by 14.13% over 19th census. This is the major 10 leading states of India about this sheep population. Maximum growth was seen in Telangana state, that is 48.51%. Means in 19th population, the sheep population was seen 12.8 million. It increases up to 19.1 million in 2019. In Rajasthan, where the major sheep population present, here it is decreasing by minus 12.95%. Similarly, the decreasing trend was observed in Odisha and Uttar Pradesh also. This is about goat population. In total goat population, the goat population increased by 10.1% over 19 population. These are the 10 leading states of goat population in India. In Jharkhand, in Karnataka, the goat population increases by 28.63%, and in Jharkhand it is 38.51%. The maximum growth was seen in Jharkhand state, followed by Madhya Pradesh, that is 38.07%. No, maximum growth rate was observed in West Bengal, that is 41.549%, and followed by this Jharkhand and Madhya Pradesh. This is about poultry population. Our total poultry population, the growth was seen 16.81% over 19 population, and maximum growth was observed in backyard poultry population, that is up to 45.78%, and in commercial poultry population, the growth was only 4.50%. This is the leading 10 states of India about poultry population. Maximum growth in poultry population was seen in Assam state, that is 71.63 million. 71.63% growth was seen in poultry population in Assam. In 19 population, the poultry 19 census, the poultry population was 27 million. It increases up to 46.7 million. This Assam followed by West Bengal, where the growth was seen 46.34%. In 19th census, it is near about 53 million poultry population. It increases up to 77.3 million in 2019, which is again followed by Andhra Pradesh, increases by 33.85% poultry population. So this table shows the standing of India in the world. We are first in total livestock population, total milk production, total buffalo population, goat milk production, and total bovine population. For all these productions, we are first in the world. We are second in cattle population, goat population, aquaculture, and goat meat production. We are third in egg production, sheep population, and fisheries production. We are at 5th position in about poultry production and meat production. And in poultry meat production, we are in 6th position, whereas we are on 8th position for in respect of this duck production, and for camel population and wool production, we are at 9th position. So livestock census is the first livestock census was conducted in the year 1919, and so far till today 20 such census have been conducted, and 20th livestock census was conducted in 2017, and forthcoming 21st livestock census will be conducted in the year 2022. For this livestock census, the funding agency is 100% funding is obtained from Department of Animal Husbandry, Dairying and Fisheries, Minister of Agriculture, Government of India, and census conducting agency is at the state level, that is State Department of Animal Husbandry. So contribution to the gross domestic product, 28.4% of agriculture GDP and 4.9% of the national GDP is from our livestock sector in the year 2017. Like India is the largest in the world in related to this livestock sector. It has near about 56.7% of the world's buffalo population. Means our share in buffalo population in world buffalo population is 56.7%. In cattle, our share is 12.5%. In small ruminants, our share is 20.4%, and with poultry, our share is 3.1% in the world poultry population. This livestock production and agriculture are intrinsically linked each other, and they are depending upon each other, and both are the crucial for overall food security. Means agriculture and livestock are both are working together. According to the estimates of Central Statistics Office, the value of output from livestock sector at current prices was about 7,33,054 crore during 2020, which is about 28.7% of the value of output from agriculture. And constant prices, the value of output from livestock is about 27.8% of the value of output from total agriculture and allied sector. So this slide shows the importance of livestock farming in our Indian culture. The animal husbandry is an integral component of agriculture, which supports this livelihood of more than two-thirds of the rural population. This two-thirds of the rural population is dependent upon this agriculture sector. See, this livestock provide us nutrient-rich food products like milk, meat, egg, chicken, etc. This livestock also provide draw power for various operations in agriculture. Livestock also provides us dung as an organic manure and domestic fuel. Livestock also provides hides and skins, and it is a regular source of cash income for the rural households. This livestock also acts as a natural capital which can be easily reproduced to act as a living bank with always as an interest. This livestock also acts as a insurance against income shocks of crop failure and natural calamities. Means nowadays heavy rains or drought, most of the crop failure is observed. In such situation, the livestock can survive the farmers, and also this livestock gives a lot of employment in each sector. So these are some food products obtained from our livestock industry, like milk, meat, chicken, and egg. In most of the rural areas, rural families, the regular income, they are rearing one or two cows, and these cows act as a ATM for their livelihood, for day-to-day expenditure. Livestock also utilized for transportation of agriculture commodity. Most of the male cattle are utilized for farming operations, and particularly this male cattle was generally used for agriculture operations, These some cattle, for example, like Dandi cattle in Maharashtra, it is best suited for cultivation of wetlands. Means these bullocks can work in the clay soils or muddy soils. In some part of our country, the buffaloes are also utilized for farm operations. These are some agriculture operations like plowing or this plowing and intercultivation. These are the dung cakes utilized as a fuel. Presently, today also, in most of the rural areas, these dung cakes are utilized for utilized for cooking as a fuel. Due to the structural changes in agriculture and food consumption pattern, the utility of livestock has been undergoing a steady transformation. Presently, the non-food functions of livestock are becoming weaker. Means due to availability of or due to availability of transportation vehicles and mechanization, the livestock, the non-food functions of livestock are becoming weaker, and only livestock are utilized for the production of food products. The importance of livestock as a source of drop power has declined considerably due to mechanization of agriculture operations and declining the farm size, because most of the agriculture operations are carried out with the help of tractor-drawn equipment. Use of dung manure is increasingly being replaced by chemical fertilizer, because in most of the agriculture farming, chemical fertilizers are used for fertilizing the crops. But on the other hand, their importance as a source of quality food has increased. Means the livestock is utilized for production of food items. So what is the scope for growth of livestock sector in our country? This livestock, due to livestock, sustained income and economic growth will occur. The fast growing of urban population, due to this fast growing of urban population, the animal product, the demand of animal product is increasing, burgeoning middleman income class, changing lifestyle. Most of the people, they are now demanding the nutritious food from animal sector. Increasing proportion of women in workforce, means most of the women are working in this livestock sector. Improvements in transportation and storage practices and rise of supermarkets, especially in cities and towns, are fueling rapid growth of this livestock products, and increasing in consumption of animal food products, because most of the population is demanding now the animal food products. Demand for animal food products is responsive to income changes and is expected to increase in future, because the income of our Indian population is increasing, and as the population increases, the demand of livestock products also increased. In 1991-92 and 2008-9, India's per capita income grew at the annual rate of 4.8%, and urban population at the rate of 2%. Means annual income is increased. By the end of 12th plan, that is 2012-17, our demand of milk is increased up to 141 million tons, and for meat, egg, and fish together, the demand increased to 15.8 million tons. In global market for animal products, this global market of animal products is also expanding fast, and there is an opportunity for India to improve its participation in the global market. If you see the growth rate in livestock sector, the livestock sector grew at an annual rate of in 1918, our growth rate is the livestock growth rate is 5.3%, and presently in 2020, the livestock growth rate is 4.6%. Despite of deceleration, growth in livestock sector remained about 1.5 times larger than the crop sector. This emphasizes the importance of livestock sector over agriculture sector. It implies the critical role of livestock sector in cushioning agriculture growth. The income, the role of livestock for increasing the income and employment of our rural population. Livestock has been important source of livestock for small farmers. Near about 16% of the income comes from this livestock sector, and in most of the states, like Gujarat, the contribution of livestock is 24.4%. Haryana is 24.2%. In Punjab, 20.2%, and Bihar, 18.7%. Means the contribution of rural income, the role of livestock is higher. Agriculture sector engages about 57% of the total working population and about 73% of the labor workforce. Out of this total labor force, livestock employ 8.8% of the agricultural workforce. This workforce is varied widely. That is, in northeast states, only 3% agricultural workforce is engaged in livestock, and in Punjab and Haryana, near about 40 to 48% workforce is engaged, agriculture workforce is engaged in livestock. Animal husbandry also promotes gender equality. More than 3/4 of the labor demand in livestock population is made by women. The share of women employment in livestock sector is around 90% in Punjab and Haryana state, where the dairying is a prominent activity and animals are stall fed. The role of livestock in our GDP. The share of agriculture and allied sector in GDP is 4.9% of the total GDP to the national, and 28.4% to the agriculture. If you see the GDP from different commodities, from crops, the 10.0% GDP comes from crop. From livestock it is 4.9%. Forestry and lodging it is 1.2%, and fishing and aquaculture 1.1% share of this GDP. If you see the share of agriculture and the livestock sector in GDP from 2011-12 to 17-18, in 2011-12, the GDP, the role of the share of agriculture in our total GDP is 12%, which increased up to 17.24% in year 2017-18. Whereas the share of livestock in total GDP in 2011-2, it is 4%, which increased up to 4.9% in 2017-18. So the increased share of livestock in our GDP. This is the import-export situation regarding this livestock of our country. So value of livestock export and import in the year 2017, we have imported livestock and livestock products worth rupees 101.24 billion in 2017-18, and at the same time we have exported our livestock and livestock products worth rupees 457.76 billion. In 2001-2, our export share is 1,500 crores, whereas in 2004 it is almost doubled to 2,253 crores. So in 2018-19, the export of animal products, it is given here. You see this maximum share represents buffalo meat, means we are exporting in our total export 19.3% share comes from this buffalo meat, and in dairy products we are very less, that is 1.86% share in export. So there is a scope for improving this export in dairy products. So these are the challenges in front of our livestock sector. Improving the productivity in a huge population of low producing animals is a major challenge. Average annual milk yield of Indian cattle is 1,172 kg only, which is about 50% of the global average. If you see in Western countries, that is in New Zealand, the annual milk yield, average annual milk yield of New Zealand cattle is 3,343 kg, Australia 5,600, United Kingdom 7,100, United States 9,300, and Israel is 10,240. Means we are very lacking in annual yield of our Indian cattle. Second challenge is in this crossbreeding of indigenous species with exotic stocks to enhance genetic potential of different species has been successful only to a limited extent. After more than 3 decades of crossbreeding, the crossbred population is only 16.6% in cattle. So there is a scope for increasing the crossbreeding program in our country to increase our milk production. This livestock derive major part of their energy requirement from agricultural byproducts and residues. Hardly 5% of the crop area is utilized for growing this fodder crops. And presently, India is in deficit of 11% deficit in dry fodder, 35% deficit in green fodder, and 28% deficit in concentrate fodder. There are another issues also. This organic farming is now becoming popular. So there is again scope for increasing this organic livestock products so that it will fetch more price in export potential. Similarly, the Indian government also launched one program that is doubling of farmer incomes. So involvement of this livestock, it plays very important role in doubling of, because we cannot increase the productivity of the land, but we can increase the farmers' income by rearing cattle and producing milk and other livestock products. Thank you. Hello. 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 Hello.
जी सर.
Hello.
मैडम.
Thank you
Hello.
very much, sir. Hello. Thank you very
Hello.
much, sir, for giving your. Sir, thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Hello.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Okay.
Hello.
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 Thank you, sir, for giving the very good lecture on livestock statistics.
Thank you,
And now, sir, I ask, give me some questions.
Please.
Sir, only 2 questions are हाँ, वंश सूर्यकांत मिश्रा, जैविक खाद की का प्लांट लगाना है, इसके बारे में कुछ बताइए।
जैविक खाद यानी ऑर्गेनिक,
जैविक खाद का प्लांट लगाना है, ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग के बारे में पूछना चाह रहे हैं सर, थोड़ा सा उसके ऊपर में बता दीजिए।
जैविक खाद मीन्स ऑर्गेनिक फीड,
ऑर्गेनिक फर्टिलाइजर सर,
organic fertilizer. Okay. From animal dung, we can prepare this FIM, and also vermicompost they can go, because the vermicompost is nowadays facing very large market in our country. From this animal dung, we can utilize for preparation of vermicompost. Hello. हाँ, हेलो मैम। हेलो हाँ मैम, थ्रू वर्मी कंपोस्ट we can prepare vermi compost by utilization of this animal dung, and also this FYM, farm yard manure, we can prepare in our dairy farm.
जी, एंड थैंक यू सर। उसके बाद कोई क्वेश्चंस नहीं है। थैंक यू सर, आपने बहुत अच्छा लेक्चर दिया लाइफ स्टॉक स्टैटिस्टिक्स पर, और ये हमारे जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं उनको ये बेनिफिट करेगा। और सर एक सजेशन हमको वीके सिंह सर से आया है कि नेक्स्ट इम्पोर्टेंट एंटरप्राइज टू क्रॉपिंग एंड दैट इज कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री टू ईच अदर for maintaining the soil health and human resources, and finally health income will increase. तो हम उनका भी धन्यवाद करते हैं वीके सिंह सर का, जिन्होंने बहुत अच्छी हमें कमेंट दी है, और ये हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स के लिए बहुत बेनिफिशियल है और बेनिफिट भी होगी उनको फ्यूचर में। और इसके साथ ही सर मैं आपका आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ कि आपने हमारे बहुत शॉर्ट इसमें इनविटेशन एक्सेप्ट किया, और हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स को आपने बहुत अच्छा लेक्चर देखी और स्टैटिस्टिक्स बताकर उनको सर एक लाइफ स्टॉक का पूरा एक पिक्चर प्रस्तुत करा। सर मैं आपकी बहुत बहुत आभारी हूँ और आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूँ सर। धन्यवाद सर।
थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू मैम।
एंड नेक्स्ट लेक्चर इज ऑफ डॉक्टर मंजुनाथ। डॉक्टर मंजुनाथ, आर यू देयर?
Yeah, madam, I'm here.
Yeah. So, Dr. Saab, you can start with your lecture. Ramakant Prasad, Manjunath sir को एक्सेशन दे दीजिए।
Yes, madam. I have given the permission.
Dr. Manjunath, you are going to deal. Dr. Manjunath, you are going to deal with common diseases of livestock and poultry.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Now, first topic is same.
First half, na. Dear participants, Dr. Manjunath, head है veterinary college, Department of Veterinary Clinical Complex, Veterinary College, विद्यानगर हसन, बीदर कर्नाटका के। और ये आपको अभी पोल्ट्री और लाइफ स्टॉक में जो कॉमन डिजीजेस होती हैं, जो कॉमन बीमारियां होती हैं, उनके बारे में आपको बताएंगे। और आप अपने क्वेश्चंस जो है चैट बॉक्स में डाल दीजिए, हम लोग उससे मंजुनाथ सर से उसको लास्ट में डिस्कस करेंगे। थैंक यू, एंड इट इज ओवर टू मंजुनाथ सर।
Thank you, madam. Thank you, the organizer, the vice chancellor, the dean, the Nishal madam, and all the organizing secretary and coordinator for selecting me and giving an opportunity to speak about the common diseases of livestock and poultry. My voice is clear.
सर वॉइस में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है सर, क्लियर नहीं आ रहा है।
Just a minute. Just a minute. Yeah, now you can able to sir.
It is audible but not so clear. Some echo are there.
Yeah, no.
Light echo.
Just Now,
Uh,
same thing.
sir, still echo are there.
Just a minute. Still same thing, sir.
It is better than before, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay. I'll continue, sir.
Yes, sir. Please continue, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, good morning to each and everyone. Myself is Dr. Manjuna. I'm working as an assistant professor in Karnataka. Today I'm going to speak about some of the common diseases of livestock and poultry. First of all, the disease and health. The both are important. Health means is our comfort. How you comfort means the homeostasis. That means from environment to yourself, you should feel comfort. If any the change in your comfort, that is called as a disease. That means you're not feeling well. Maybe that may be associated with a symptom and a sense. Is also equal with an animal and also poultry. If they are comfort with the environment, they will eat well. Okay, they will go for a motion, they will urinate, and they will increase the body weight. They will give a milk also well. Everything will be fine. If once the comfortness is goes, then automatically health will goes. Automatically intake will reduces. Motion disturbance will be there. Then production disturbance will be there. Automatically animal will go for disease. Understanding how animal normally behave and how animal is going to behave during the diseases is the most important. That is says the diseases. If diseases, there are so many diseases are there. Mainly the classification is goes like this. One is infectious diseases, bacterial, viral, parasitic, and fungal. Then non-infectious diseases that may be associated with your area or maybe feeding deficiency or sometimes metabolic deficiency like ketosis, milk fever, or we can say about some of the zinc deficiency, vitamin A deficiency. There's the mineral mixture if you are not providing properly. Automatically there leads to be some of the non-infectious diseases, most commonly going to say metabolic and nutritional diseases. The bacterial diseases we're going to see in case of India is anthrax, tuberculosis, paratuberculosis, brucellosis, black water, hemorrhagic septicemia, joint ill or naval ill, you're going to say listeriosis. These are the common bacterial diseases of a bovine, caprine, and porcine. In case of viral diseases, FMD is the most common in all over India, and then infectious bovine rhinotracheosis. That is also IBR is going to say is the most worst case. The rinderpest is already eradicated from India. Now it's not there. Then bovine viral diarrhea, blue tongue, especially in case of the sheep, rabies. It's almost all the animal get affected. PPR, the classical swine fever, and PRSS, that's the porcine reproductive respiratory syndrome, malignant catarrhal fever. Now is burning issue with an lumpy skin disease. Almost all part of India, the livestock is suffering with an lumpy skin diseases. These are some of the bacterial viral diseases. Other than that, the bacteria you going to get an parasitic diseases, the fungal diseases, and mycoplasma like that. So many diseases are there. It is my lecture. I'm going to brief about some of the bacterial and viral diseases. The first topic. Second topic, I'm going to concentrate on that how are you going to prevent the diseases? What are the important things you have to remember when you're preventing the disease? Now the anthrax, that is an acute the diseases. Usually that if you anthrax get affected, animal is going to die immediately. Will show that an unclotted blood oozing from a natural orifice. Maybe animal is going to die immediately. Then after immediate after death, you're going to get blood from a nostril, mouth, anus, almost all natural orifices. You're going to get an blood. That is an anthrax. This is a fast spreading disease. You're going to get some part of an that. That's the prevention is usually by an vaccination. Is a better, and we can treat it. And one more important here, this disease can spread to the human being. Human people also going to get in a black color discoloration of the skin. Okay, that's why it's also called as an that's what do you say about the malignant carbuncle. In Karnataka, it's called as an hereditary roga, then wool sarter disease. It spread from an wool also. It's spread from an air. The spores, they're going to spread. The malignant pustules and malignant carbuncle, the splenic fever, spleen is going to get enlarged in this case. That's why it's also called as a splenic fever. I told you this is an acute and corrective. Usually, immediate sudden death will be there. Then the owner will be panic. Doctor is also, the diagnosis will take much more time depending upon the clinical signs. Usually, we'll diagnose, we'll say, depending upon the clinical signs, this is an anthrax, that's an oozing of blood from a natural orifices. Usually, it's caused by a bacteria, Bacillus anthracis. It's also zoonotic. Here, one thing that people should remember, if we diagnose the case of an anthrax, we're not supposed to open the carcass. If you open the carcass, the organism present in the blood that will be exposed to the environment. Once they expose to the environment, they're going to get converted into spore. You are spreading the disease from your animal to the other animals. In this context, we're not supposed to go for a postmortem examination. Immediately, we need to start an antibiotic, we need to treat it. Then tuberculosis, this is a burning in case of a human and also in case of an animals also. Some of the, this is also the most important zoonotic disease that will go to spread from an animal to the human, maybe through a milk or a meat. There's so many ways of a transmission, and also aerosol transmission is also there. This is usually caused by a mycobacterium tuberculosis. That almost all parenchymal organ is going to get a non-use. It's the most burning diseases. Here, the clinical symptoms comes here. The cow face operated animal eating will be normal, but animal not putting the weight. Eating everything will be normal, but animal go for emaciation, progressive emaciation. In this condition, we need to suspect for tuberculosis. Here, animal, if a lung is get affected, the coughing will be there, and dyspnea will be there, increased heart rate, respiratory will be there, and the enlargement of the lymph node depends. Dyspnea, animals sometimes show in the tympani if a medial lymph node is enlarged, or maybe noisy breathing. Here, treatment is difficult. Usually, we'll say is a test and slaughter. We'll say test and slaughter. In this Indian condition, is bit difficult. If you test positive, you say today your animal will get test positive. Tomorrow you're going to sell it for someone else. Again, some of the doctor again will test it. In this way, the spreading of a disease is more. That's a controlling will be difficult in case of an India. But if in an organized forum, we can plan it out like and you can go for intradermal test to diagnose what is a condition. Once you confirm that this animal is suffering with that's an TB, we need to segregate with an healthy animal. Thereby, we can prevent further spreading of the disease. Otherwise, again, the disease will go to spread. If unboiled milk is going to drink, that the disease also will come to the human being. Human also is going to get affected with this. Okay, this is the most important disease we need to remember in this. Again, is one more. The continuation of a tuberculosis is the paratuberculosis. Here, the clinical signs is similar. Here, as animal intake will be normal. The condition will go by day. But here, you're going to get the purgatives, the diarrhea. That's the non-stop diarrhea. The watery diarrhea. Animals show the intermittent diarrhea. It's the most. Then, if you examine a rectal examination, you will go for a corrugation of the intestine. The postmortem also, you can see the corrugation of intestine can be seen. This is also zoonotic importance. Okay. This again is a test and slaughter, otherwise segregation of an animal. We need to take a precaution before consuming a milk or meat, which is a sheep and goat is the meat also we need to cautious about that. That's the thing. Then one more burning is all over India again is brucellosis, especially goats, or maybe in case of a cattle also. We're going to get an abortion or a stillbirth. The diseases is like this. Sir, every 7 months my cow will going to abort. My sheep and goat also going to show an abortion. Or retention of a fetal membrane. That's going to say retention of placenta ROP. In this condition, here the Brucella abortus is the most common cause of infectious bacterial diseases. It will going to affect a joint and it will going to affect a genital organ. In case of a male animal, it will going to affect the testes, mammary gland, and is the most important zoonotic disease. We can say most of the veterinarian, they are not having a baby. Maybe They can say the male or maybe female, they're suffering with the brucellosis, abortion is most common. For that purpose, those person, the veterinary doctor or maybe the animal handler, they are working with that. If an abortion is there, you're not supposed to handle these placental excrete and cough with a bare hand. If any small lesions are there in your hand, this material they get entry into this, it may induce an arthritis, joint pain. Finally, you may go for impotency. In this condition, the zoonotic impotence is must in this. And here also we can test and slaughter. If once male is infected for lifetime. The female can be treated. Please remember that is a Rose Bengal plate. There's some plate test, or you can go for the ring test. That's the most common you're going to do it. You can see the hygroma, enlargement of the testes. You have the goat, the most affected with the brucellosis and is the main causative. That's what is the reservoir from human also for brucellosis. That if a brucella goat is affected, please treat it in a proper way. Otherwise, you also going to get a brucella. Then black water, yeah, this is caused by Clostridium chowai. That's a bacterial infection. Is anaerobic bacteria. It is going to affect heavy musculature area, like in the thigh region, neck region, shoulder region. At once, if you get the bacteria is going to multiply inside the muscle, if you're going to destroy the muscle, you're going to produce some crepitation sound in case of a thigh muscle or a neck muscle or a shoulder muscle. Usually, young cattle is going to affect it. The good body condition cattle is going to get affected. Once is there, animal is going to show a limping or maybe deviation of a neck one side. It may indicate that animal is having fracture. We need to clearly examine. You're going to get a crepitation sound in this particular area. We need to suspect for an black water. The vaccine is available, and you can plan for an high dose of an higher concentration of a penicillin is a good treatment for a black water. Sometimes animal, especially working cattle, permanent lame can happen. Early diagnosis is better in this case. If a late diagnosis is there, condition will become too much. One more, that's an anaerobic bacterial infection is tetanus. Most commonly, it is going to affect the cattle, horse and goat. Highly susceptible is a horse for tetanus. For that purpose, we'll go for a tetanus vaccine in case of a horse. Sometimes that's a buffalo or maybe cattle or maybe goats. They also get affected. Usually, young animal and larger, that's the latest status also going to get it. Young animal, once calf is born, after cutting off that's an umbilical cord, you will not going to apply any tincture or anything. This organism will be present in sand, soil, and also in environment also. Once umbilical cord is cut, umbilical cord will come in contact with the ground. They are going to pick the tetanus organism. That is going to induce the nervous side. The first animal is going to show an itching and tremor, followed by the unsteady gait. Then the production of third eyelid. All the forelimb will be stiff. Will start in the head and the neck extended position. Finally, animal is going to die. The proper wound management. If you're suspecting if animal getting in a tetanus, definitely you can go for a tetanus vaccine. Early stages, if you diagnose, again give an high dose of a penicillin, definitely you can treat the animal, you get back the animal back to the normal. Otherwise, animal is going to die. This also, especially the dairy farmer, those who are rearing a calf, the proper caring of a calf is important. That is umbilical cord management, feeding of a colostrum, and taking care of an healthy places. That's an cleanliness is also play a very important role. Thereby, we can prevent the tetanus. The one more is HS. The most commonly the buffalo is going to get affected. This is also the bacterial disease. That is also called as the septicemic fasciculosis, barmore. Most commonly is affected in buffalo. The cattle also get affected, but most commonly the buffalo is going to get this disease. Here, high morbidity and mortality rate in buffalo. Once buffalo cat will show an high fever, will not going to take anything. Then swelling at the neck region, thoracic region, not able to breathe properly. Then tongue will going to come out, open mouth breathing. Animal show the labored breathing, neck will be extended. Finally, animal is going to die because of the compression of the neck. That animal not able to breathe properly, animal is going to die. Okay, this is the worst case. We need to treat it properly. You will going to end up in a bronchopneumonia. definitely animal is going to die. For this also, the vaccines is available. If one animal death, especially in case of a black powder or HS, one part of an animal get affected, easily spread to the other part also. In this condition, the proper disposal of a carcass play a very important role. Most of the time, once animal death is there, they throw somewhere, automatically some other animal will go near, it will going to pick the infection, the whole village is going to get affected with this disease. Okay, the proper disposal of a carcass and treatment is there for this one, sulfonamide, or maybe you can go for that's an higher cephalosporins. They are going to give you a very good result. Bowel leptospirosis. This is one more zoonotic important diseases that will going to affect the human, dogs, and also the livestock also. It's caused by leptospira species, the Pomona. Yeah, this is most of the time it will be spread by rodents. That's a rat. They will come and they will urinate. Same thing, you're going to eat it, you're going to get an rabies. Sorry, you're going to get a leptospira. And same thing is going to happen to the animal. And here it is going to cause eye fever, hemolytic anemia, hemoglobinuria, jaundice, pulmonary congestion. Animal is going to decrease milk production. Sometimes you're going to get blood in the milk also. Okay, you're going to say milk drop syndrome. Here, sometimes you're going to get abortion, and animal may convert it to jaundice and also kidney failure. Especially in case of a dog, you're going to get a leptospira induced nephritis and also jaundice. Most common. That same thing is going to happen in case of a large animal also. And here, that so many species of an animal will be affected. Human is the most commonly get affected, especially in case of a Chennai. Chennai is more prone for leptospirosis. Okay, that's a rodent population. You're going to contribute this. Once you get it, you're going to end up in liver failure, kidney failure, animal is going to die, human being is also going to die. Initial stage, you need to identify, you need to treat it with an doxycycline. You can come out with another normal thing. This is regarding leptospirosis. This also is an zoonotic importance. Then listeriosis. Yeah, it's caused by Listeria monocytogenes. It's also affects sheep, goat, and also cattle. That's most of the time it's a nervous forum. Sometimes abortion and septicemia will also see it's an unilateral facial paralysis. One side of a ear will be normal, another side ear is going to drop, eyelid is going to drop, animal is going to chew on only one side. Other side is not going to use it. That unilateral facial paralysis is going to see in case of a large animal, cattle also like that. And deviation of an head, hunched stance, we go for a corner, otherwise animals start moving in a circle also sometimes the brain involvement is. Sometimes we're going to get up in abortion also. A 7-month usual abortion is going to take place. Ewes and doves is going to 12th week of a pregnancy abortion is going to take place. Yeah, the diagnosis, early diagnosis and also proper antibiotic, definitely it will going to improve the cases. Joint ill and naval ill, I'll say it's a managemental problem. Maybe the tetanus also is one of the reasons behind this. Joint ill or naval ill. Naval ill is nothing but once calf or an kid or maybe lamb is born, it will be attached to the umbilicus will be attached to the through placenta through an uterus. Once the calf will comes out, you're going to see an hanging thing in the umbilicus. Most of the time, people are going to unnoticed. Sometimes they're going to cut it by anything. You'll say, if you cut it with a proper scissor or a blade, if you apply tincture iodine to the umbilicus, immediately after the birth, we can prevent so many diseases. Again, the feeding of colostrum to the baby, maybe within an half an hour after the birth, definitely it is going to give very good immunity to the calf. We can prevent so many diseases, and again, calf improvement will be good. It will come for early maturity, early conceived, early again delivery. Okay, once if we get an infection through an umbilicus, it will going to cause locally ampulitis. Okay, inflammation of an umbilical cord, then followed by the infection is going to spread to the joint, usually carpal joint, and also you can say an arch joint is going to get affected. The opening of a joint, limb will be stiff. Animal definitely it is not going to be useful for any other treatment. The management play a very important role. If you manage well, definitely we can prevent the joint ill also, naval ill also, and we can achieve very good success if a proper maintenance of a crop is there. This has to be remembered. Then the most burning thing in case of a bacterial disease is the mastitis. Wherever you go, maybe in abroad or in India or in Karnataka, or maybe wherever the place is the most worst problem in case of a disease. And now it's getting into the goat sector also now, because goat also is maintained for a milking purpose. They also getting within a mastitis. Yeah, you can say rather than it's a treatable, it's a manageable disease. The prevention is better than cure here. If you prepare a prevent a mastitis, definitely if a dairy farmer or a dairy industry will move like anything. The management of problem. If you manage well, definitely you're going to get a very good return. Yeah, it says a normal healthy udder, the size you can see, you can compare with the inflamed. Usually udder you're going to get swelling when you touch, automatically pain will be there, and also it's a warm to touch and redness. It's a main clinical signs you're going to see if there are mastitis. Yeah, the inflammation, that is a physical change, chemical change, and bacteriological change in the milk. And pathological changes in the milk and mammary gland, you can see the redness, the gangrenous mastitis. Most of the time, what is going to happen, you're going to get a delayed case. If you diagnose a mastitis, but you treat within an half an hour or 1 hour, we need to give some of an first aid, then only we can preserve the quarter. Otherwise, if you delay is there, if a coliform mastitis is there, if a watery thing is coming, the whole quarter will go away. That's too difficult to treat. It is going to end up in so many complications. And yeah, one more, the burning issue is subclinical mastitis. Yeah, the milk seems to be normal, everything seems to be normal. The most of the dairy animals are suffering with subclinical mastitis. If as a veterinarian or maybe the farm manager, if you diagnose subclinical mastitis, if you give a proper treatment for a subclinical mastitis, automatically you can prevent the clinical mastitis. Definitely you're going to get a very good outcome. Yeah, the mastitis, the worst is an anemia. What do you say about? That's here the place, the worst, how is the resistance to the infection, how is your nutrition status of an animal, or whether the animal is high productive, animal is under stress, everything is play a role in part. Again is the environment. Your housing, how is the, how are your equipment, hygienicity of your equipment, the weather is good, what is the bedding material you are using, you are cleaning properly the bedding material or your mats, the infectious agent, the pathogenicity, virulence and number. Everything is play, totally they are going to contribute for an mastitis. They are interlinked. Once your stress is there, your immune system, the cattle immune system is very less, automatically that's an environment, what are the agents they are there, they're going to get aggravated, definitely they're going to induce an mastitis. Yeah, management play a very important role rather than treatment. If we manage well, definitely we can prevent the mastitis. Yeah, the most of the time that's so many mastitis, usually we'll say subclinical and asubclinical. The most of the farm, around you say 90 to 95% of the cattle, they will say subclinical mastitis. There is no clinical signs at all. If you go for that, only elevated, that's the counts. Other than that, nothing will be there. And slight, the lower the milk output, the somatic cell count will be much more. And milk appears to be normal and udder appears to be normal. In this case, if you subject it for testing of a somatic cell count, if a score it comes to 3 to 5, definitely we can say that is subclinical mastitis, we need to interfere. If you're not going to interfere at this stage, automatically it will going to get converted into the clinical mastitis. That's around 5 to 10%. The inflamed udder, the clumps or clots in the milk. Acute type, you may get chronic type. Acute type, you definitely is a major type of an clinical mastitis, bad milk, loss of appetite, depression, and immediately prompt attention needed. Otherwise, animal will go to die. Chronic type, you're going to get in a mad milk, bad milk. Cow will be looking normal, but the whole bottle is going to get up. That's the worst part. Animal is not going to come back to the normal. See the photography of that's what you're seeing on the top is a clinical mastitis. You say, hey, Mike, the farm is going to be very well. Only one animal is having a clinical, that's a mastitis. All other animals are good. But if you see properly, almost around 70 to 80% of animal is damaged. For that purpose, testing of a milk is much more important. Test it, treat it in a proper way, then you can prevent a clinical mastitis. Yeah, the so many etiology, that's usually Streptococcus, Staphylococcus, Corynebacterium, and Mycoplasma. The most commonly they are going to cause mastitis. Then environmental, they will be transmitted between E. coli, the worst part of that. That's an if an Corynebacterium, that E. coli is there, automatically that whole adult is going to get affected. Sometimes animal is going to die if they convert it to gangrenous mastitis also. Pseudomonas, Citrobacter, Enterobacter, Streptococcus, Staphylococcus, they all will introduce along with that Leptospira, Mycobacterium, the fungus also, some yeast also they will contribute. It's like what do you say about if one animal, one person is eating a person, all together they're going to eat. Maybe if one person eating, we can treat it out. If all person together they're going to come eat, automatically you will also going to die. Same thing is going to happen in a mastitis. Only one organism is getting is inducing a mastitis, you can treat it. All together, sometimes they're going to come. It's a bit difficult to treat. It's the worst part of an mastitis. Yeah, the source, it may be the material that's it will be there in the teeth canal also. It's maybe from the manure or maybe from a polluted water, uncleaned equipment, a bedding material, or infected water. The all each and every point your hand also is going to contribute for an mastitis. Your hand is getting infected, same hand is going to touch an adder, automatically animal will end up in a mastitis. The environment, if any new animal brought to the your that's a store also, or maybe your farm also, that's also going to contribute for an infection. Economic loss, they say if a clinical mastitis is around 10 to 15% of an milk is going to get spoiled and antibiotic excretion through milk, so automatically you're supposed to discard the milk. Milk yield is going to come down. Okay, and again the milk production is definitely not going to come back to the normal production. Then the cost of the treatment. Now antibiotic you can say about, now I'm going to put it in MSF, safety of the cost is around 500, 600 rupees, nearly 1000 rupees for a 1 day. 3 days is a 3000 rupees. If it's converted to chronic mastitis, treatment cost may go up to 10,000. One animal 40,000 or 60,000 animal is spending 10,000 for a treatment. Imagine what is your the farm status. Then sometimes the need to death of an animal can happen. Sometimes you're supposed to cull the animal because all the four quarter will get affected, no point. You're supposed to go for a culling of an animal. Sometimes it's an animal that's the suckling cough is there. The infection is going to spread from a cow milk to the calf also, calf might die. Abortion may induce. Okay, this is a clinical mastitis. Subclinical, around 10 to 26% total production is going to come down. Affected quarter, around 30% reduction of the milk. For lactation, 15% losses is there. And again, added treatment cost and also culling cost. For that purpose, please diagnose as early as possible. Take a precaution. That's the most important thing we need to remember in a mastitis. Transmission, I told you, milkers had milking machines are contaminated intramammary preparation, what you are injecting, sucking coughs also, and also hematogenous route, sometimes injury to the teeth and other, they all contribute for mastitis. Treatment, subclinical mastitis, frequent milking, that means is usually if you suspect no clinical sense anything, sometimes once you milk boil, that's curding is going to happen. In that condition, frequent milking, if the milk is not coming, go for oxytocin injection, milk it out properly, then antibiotic therapy if needed, you can go for that, and again treatment will be expensive. If it is a clinical mastitis is there, select a suitable antibiotic. If you have a provision for maybe it is an antibiotic, the sensitivity test, go for that, select the proper antibiotic, treat it. And local antibiotic infusions are available, you can go for that. Usually nowadays what it says, along with your antibiotic anti-inflammatory, please add vitamin E and selenium for a faster recovery. That is going to take care of an adult. And one more, trisodium citrate, oral, that's a trisodium citrate also is going to be helpful to prevention of mastitis and also early recovery from the mastitis. Then some of the gels are available, commercially so many gels are available, you can make use of them. And if a chronic mastitis is there, then better to dry the water. The drying you can use a silver nitrate, copper sulfate, acryflavine, chlorhexidine, povidone, or you can go for like this one, 7 to 14 days. The treatment you can leave it like that. If too much swelling is there, you need to take out the content. The chemical drying is better sometimes. Definitely, too worst condition will dry the water. Then is a permanently the water will be dried. The water will be dried. There is no outcome in this permanent loss until the animals survive. The whole water will be blind. That's the worst part of an mastitis. Then coming to the viral, now is the one more burning over here is an foot and mouth disease. FMD most commonly going to say. These are the contagious diseases, picornavirus. So many of the strains are there. Again, the vaccination failure is because of any strains. Vaccination failure is because of any strains. That's the worst part here. That's going to affect a cloven-footed animal like in a cattle, pig, sheep, and goats, and also buffalo. It's the more disadvantage here. The disease will be transmitted to in the water. Sometimes a little bit distance, the airborne also is there. A person moving from a one place to one, it will be transmitted. Yeah, animal is not going to die. Definitely, owner is going to die because of the cost of the treatment. Productivity is going to come down. Animal is going to suffer like anything. And those doctors treating, they also going to get frustrated if the area is going to get an outbreak of an epidemic. The clinical signs, as you know, ulceration, first vessels of that's an the vesicles will be formed, the burst open, the drooling of the saliva, and also hoof is going to get affected, limping can be seen, arm base is going to get affected, other teeth, that's an teeth is going to get affected. Animal not at all is going to take any, that's a dry fodder. Only we need to maintain with the concentrated water. The animal body weight is going to come down, productivity is going to come down. And if the same thing is going to milk will be drinking by a calf, calf is going to die. Okay, the so many worst thing about FMD. Yeah, better to go for a vaccination. The vaccination is only the treatment for FMD. Again, after recovery from FMD, again animal is going to get an thyroid problem, hypertrichosis, excessive growth of an hair. Again, animal go for anistrus, will not be breedable for 2 to 3 years. The production cost will be go away. Everything will be worst. Yeah, the treatment, that's all say vaccination is better than everything. Better to go for 2 times yearly vaccination. That's only the preventive thing here. Then again, infectious-borne rhinotracheitis, IBR. That's the worst part. It is going to affect the respiratory form and also that's an gynecological, that's an genital form also. The fistulas in case of a vagina and also respiratory distress. This albeit that's caused by herpes virus. This is also transmitted from one animal to another. You may cause a conjunctivitis, hemorrhagic tracheitis, encephalitis, abortion, mastitis also is going to cause us. You can see nasal septum and also fistulas in the vulva. Then one more is the rinderpest. This also you can say that's an around before 2006 or 1990 is the worst. Almost all where is the veterinary profession got a recognition because of this disease. Rinderpest now it has been eradicated. It's from India from 25/6 to 2006. It's not existing in India. Don't worry about this case. The blue tongue is the most commonly affecting a sheep and also goats. It's also the pseudo FMD will say the vector borne. That's a culicate species. That's a mosquito. That's like that. It's going to spread a disease from one sheep to other. Yeah, blue tongue means the tail is going to turn into the blue color. That's why it's called the blue tongue. It is going to affect the coronal region. Animal is going to show a limping. I'm not going to take anything. Blue color discoloration is there. The vaccine is available. We need to treat it with an antibiotic and anti-inflammatory. You can come out with this. Then PPR, these are the worst parts. Yeah, that's an morbillivirus, paramyxa virus causes. Is also transmitted through water and induced pasture. Animals show a fever, ocular discharge, nasal discharge, and also you can see rice bran appearance in case of a mouth. That's a typical sign of a PPR. Along with that, diarrhea and respiratory problem. These symptoms are there. You can suspect for a PPR, start with an antibiotic, and those who are unaffected animals go for a PPR vaccination. Otherwise, total loss. Animal go for an anorexia, diarrhea, animal condition is going to come down. automatically sometimes animal may die also. Then that's when we coming to the pig, the forced and reproductive respiratory syndrome. This also is caused by an PRRS virus. That's reproductive respiratory problem is there. You can going to get in stillbirth, abortions, lung is going to get affected. That's usually it is commonly contact it is going to transfer disease from one pig to other pig. The total loss of a farm is going to end up. The worst part. One more is a classical swine fever. The vaccine is available for this one also. Yeah, once any outbreak is there, they'll go for a vaccination. It's an RNA virus. Panotropic, it belongs to the family, the Flaviviridae. Yeah, you're going to get a pustules on the snort, I will dull, depression, sometimes so constipation, dehydration, hyperemia of the skin. But if you go for a culling or anything, you can see hemorrhages. That's a turkey appearance of the kidney. That's a classical sign of an swine fever. The vaccine is available. This is also spread from one form to other form. Sometimes complete, you remove the stock itself, you replace the stock. For the classical swine fever. Malignant catarrhal fever, these are the burning the things. Herpes virus 2, herpes virus 1 also is going to affect it. The most commonly is going to affect the cattle, that's a conjunctival form also there. Animal will be going in a mad, that's when the mad cow disease also is there. Yeah, it is going to affect the nervous system, where animal going to move circle, it is going to move in a mad direction. Two worst part of this, the treatment is difficult. Carnal opacity also is going to see. Now it's burning in case of India, lumpy skin disease. Yeah, lumpy skin disease, it's allowed to affect a cattle and also buffalo also. It's a pox virus. There is a Capri pox virus is related to the cow pox or goat pox. They are saying that it's most of the time is transmitted through an arthropods, vectors. Sometimes the contagious person is moved from one person. One person to the other person. Then again, sometimes they're saying that through water also is transmitted, air also is transmitted, spreading like anything. Again, the vaccination is trying with an cowpox vaccine. And the nodule formation is there in all over the body. The condition is going to come slow, and also sometimes the hemorrhages in the vulva, and also third eye is going to get affected. Animal not seen properly, blind form also. Some doctor have been reported with this. The so many research have been started with this. Now people they started using a cowpox vaccine for this. And here the treatment they say long-standing antibiotic with steroid some extent which include the disease. Okay, this is regarding the lumpy skin disease. Then I'm going to say a few things about the disease of poultry. Newcastle disease, a viral disease, infectious bronchitis, infectious bursal disease, avian influenza, avian fox, Moyax disease. Then bacterial disease, some of fowl cholera, salmonella, and tuberculosis. Newcastle, it's a deadliest disease of poultry. Very high mortality at very high speed. Total, the flock will go away. The flock will go away. This disease is also group of a virus. That's most of birds they're going to get affected. Animal go for a depression, greenish yellow area, nervous and coordination, everything can be seen. High mortality rates. That to go for a post-mortem, you can see the bleeding at the proventriculus. This is the worst disease. Vaccine is available. Where to go for a vaccination? Infectious bronchitis. Yeah, this is also the worldwide distribution is there. All age is going to get affected. Respiratory signs is going to get sneezing, rales, and also drop in egg production. That's one thing. And also egg quality is going to come down. The thin shell egg is going to see some egg peritonitis can happen and animal may die. This is also worst part. Then is the infectious bursal disease. The IBD is also commonly there in the Bumbaro disease. Yeah, highly economic loss. Yeah, the bursa, that's what is the name suggests itself. The bursa is going to get affected. Immune system is going to come down. Sometimes bleeding in the muscles can be seen. Whitish diarrhea and mortality is also very high. The vaccine is available. Where to go for vaccination for this? Avian influenza is a zoonotic importance. As you know, high pathogenic avian influenza around 2 to 3 years back is made a very big name in this. Yeah, the Kerala is going to get affected worse in this. Whole flock of birds has been removed. To be usually transmitted from a water bird, the migratory bird. Yeah, the clinical signs is there, the swollen, that's an what is say, edema of the face, cyanosis of the womb and wallet, and also cyanosis of the limb. Here also, we say sudden and heavy unusual mortality, whole 100% mortality. If there's any 100% mortality is there, in this condition, where to suspect for an influenza. Facts, avian fact, it's also the nodule formation in case of the comb and wattle and also less weather area. And along with that, drop in egg production can be seen. The mild respiratory signs, unthriftiness, these are all the things can be seen in avian facts. If the vaccine is available, you can try it. The marriage disease, this MD most of the time will say, yeah, it will going to affect the nervous system. Yeah, nervous system will going to get hypertrophy. Sometimes lymphomas can be seen. Sometimes staggered gait, incoordination, and more extremities will going to get enlarged. Nerve extremities will going to get enlarged. Sometimes unilateral, bilateral blindness can happen. The marriage disease vaccine is available. You can go through this. Then bacterial disease, fowl cholera. That is avian fasciolosis. Here also high morbidity and mortality. Most of the time, fasciolella multocida is going to see. Yeah, anorexia and also diarrhea, cyanosis of the womb and wattle can be seen. And usually we say heavy mortality in newly hatched chicks. That's the most of the time. Yeah, that pinpoint necrotic spot can be seen on the parenchyma. That's you can use an antibiotic. You can treat it in the fasciola with an endoplaxacin or sulfonamide can be applied. One salmonellosis. Yeah, that's the one more zoonotic important in this. The salmonella. That's the most important. It's spread from birds to the human and also birds to the some of a wild animal also. Maybe some of the zoo or maybe sanctuary, some of there, the feeding of a chicken to the tiger and everything. The most of the disease that transmitted from the chicken to the wild animals. For that purpose, before purchasing, they say your flock should be free from salmonella. Human also going to get a diarrhea and also vomition is zoonotic important. You need to remember your weakness, poor growth, huddling together, whitish diarrhea, everything, egg production going to come down, feeding is going to come down. This is also bacterial disease, you can treat with an antibiotic. The last one is colibacillosis. Yeah, avian pathogen E. coli. That's also transmitted from the birds to the human also. For that purpose, they say most of the time, whatever the meat, milk you purchase, please cook properly during the usage. Thereby, we can prevent most of the zoonotic disease. Yeah, usually the E. coli is mainly due to the bad management of your farm. You're going to get complicated if you use a respiratory infection, or maybe you can say diarrhea, pericarditis, peritonitis is the worst part of it. You need to remember. Yeah, finally, what I'm going to conclude, the livestock and poultry, they are susceptible to the many diseases as the human being. The route of disease transmission, intermediate host, reservoir host, susceptible population, area, season, species, age, breed, sex, everything you should know how the disease is going to transmit it from one animal to another, which is the species is going to get affected, but what age you going to get the disease, which season the disease will be more, and which is a susceptible population. Then only the disease can be prevented and thereby effectively we can control the diseases in the livestock. Okay, thank you, one and all for listening my lecture. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Manjunath. There is one question from, of course, from my college only, to do animal husbandry in Kars, Narayanpur. Tell me some benefits, sir. Which student can do this project?
Madam, that's definitely, those who are interested in farming, definitely they can adopt this. No problem with that. Depending upon that's an area, which breed is suitable, we need to think, we need to adopt it. Definitely, you're going to get a very good return. Yeah, involvement is important. How you're going to involve in your entrepreneurship? Proper involvement, and first of all, you go through how you have to manage. That means that's what is the basic management you're supposed to know. And if it's any how the animal normal, how the animal will be abnormal, what may be your cost of input, what may be your output. We need to calculate. Depending upon that, we need to start information. Otherwise, it will end up in loss.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And किरण चांगड़े, आप अगर हैं तो आपको ये बता दूं कि अगर आपको कोई प्रोजेक्ट कराना है तो आप जरूर, सर से तो हम हेल्प लेंगे ही, पर आपको अगर कोई प्रोजेक्ट लेना है तो आप जरूर हम लोगों से संपर्क में रहिए और हमसे बात करिए, तो आपको प्रोजेक्ट की प्लानिंग कैसे की जाएगी उसके बारे में भी बता दिया जाएगा, और आपको डिफरेंट स्कीम से कैसे लाभ उठा सकते हैं उसके बारे में भी जानकारी दी जाएगी। मंजुनाथ सर हमारे साथ में है ही, वो भविष्य में भी हमें हेल्प करेंगे। और सर मैं आपकी एंड आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल टू यू फॉर गिविंग अस अ वेरी नाइस लेक्चर ऑन एनिमल डिजीज। पशुओं की एनिमल डिजीज के बारे में जो सर ने बताया है कि पशुओं की सामान्य स्थिति में से असमर्थता या विकृति के और उसके महत्वपूर्ण कार्यों को बाधित करना और उसकी कार्य क्षमता को आंतरिक एवं बाह्य को अगर बाधित करते हैं तो वह बीमार कहलाता है। और उनके बीमारी के कारक सर ने जीवाणु, विषाणु, परजीवी, कवक, पोषक तत्वों की कमी, रासायनिक संगठकों से संबंधित जानकारी हमें दी है। और इसके ये जो वीडियो है ये आप हेलो वेबिनार पर भी उपलब्ध रहेगा। जब भी आपको इसकी जरूरत पड़ेगी तो आप अपने टीचर्स के माध्यम से भी इसको जानकारी ले सकते हैं, या कोई और एक्सपर्ट हो उनसे भी इसकी जानकारी ले सकते हैं। बार बार आप लोग कह रहे हैं कि हिंदी में आप बताइए, तो हिंदी में भी आपको यह अवेलेबल करा दिया जाएगा। अभी जो हमारे एक्सपर्ट्स हैं वो इंग्लिश में दे रहे हैं, आप कृपया उनको सुने। और ये जो हमारे यूट्यूब पर जो चैनल है हेलो वेबिनार, इसमें यह सारे यूट्यूब पर जितने भी आज के लेक्चर्स हो रहे हैं ये सारे उस पर अवेलेबल रहेंगे। इतना कहकर मैं मंजुनाथ सर से को धन्यवाद देती हूँ। और सर आपको कहीं जाना है तो अगर सर यू वांट टू गो समवेयर, सो इफ यू वांट टू कंटिन्यू यू कैन कंटिन्यू इट।
Madam, I'll continue and complete my lecture.
Okay, you complete it, sir. No.
Yeah, madam, that's will be the better. Okay, that's again, that's I can say the good afternoon. Now I said some about still now I spoken about, just a minute.
प्रसाद सर आप इनको लिए दे दीजिए। एंड डॉक्टर मंजुनाथ,
madam, PowerPoint is visible?
Yes, madam.
Sir Prasad sir, my PowerPoint is visible? Ramakant sir, my PowerPoint
Yes, sir.
is visible?
It is visible, sir.
Okay, sir.
Manjunath sir,
Yes, sir.
there is one
It is.
request from the participants that please go slowly.
Okay, madam. Great.
Okay.
Okay, madam. Thank you. Yeah, first lecture I given regarding some of the diseases of the poultry and livestock. Now, what is my intention? How to prevent the diseases in livestock and poultry, thereby how you can achieve the better productivity. That's now. Here, the prevention, that's I will say most of the time prevention is better than cure. Many diseases, maybe the same thing we are saying in case of a coronavirus now. Say the mask laga dijiye, distance laga dijiye, sanitizers laga dijiye. These are all prevention. You are preventing the disease of a corona getting also. Like that, here also the prevention of a diseases to our livestock, to human being, or maybe all public health, everything is play a role. The prevention is from, let's say the person is there here, the person you know that is suffering with a COVID. What do you mean by the first prevention? How the route of transmission is there? Through aerosol we know. By wearing a mask, we can prevent the disease. That is another one is preventing. Second one is immunization. That means Anyway, the all infected people are there. I'm going to take a vaccine. The vaccine is going to produce antibody. Thereby, I'll be protected. Then I'm not going to get the disease. That's a prevention and immunization. They'll goes hands in hand. This is one thing you need to remember. The prevention, that's all measures to exclude unaffected population. That means whatever the measure you need to take, you take it. Make sure that the unaffected population should be safe. That's a prevention. 3 ways: primary prevention, secondary prevention, and tertiary prevention. The primary prevention here, that means yourself will not be exposed to the disease at all. That means yourself will go for a quarantine. That means will be away from the affected area. That's one thing you can do it. The second one, you can go for a vaccination. Thereby, primary prevention can be done. You can say that one flock is get affected, your flock is there. You can segregate that flock. One thing. Second, you can go for a vaccination. Thereby, primary prevention can be done. The secondary prevention, here, the person is get affected already. Some of the person is also getting the diseases. Early diagnose, as early as possible, you diagnose that person, give a treatment. Okay, screening, that's what we say. That means that's a COVID test is there. Why they are saying do the test, do a test as many as possible, do a test. Means if you do a test, if you detect it, if you treat it, if you separate it, thereby spreading can be prevented. Especially in case of tuberculosis and brucellosis, you can go for a milk ring test. In case of brucellosis, you test it, you separate it, you treat it. Thereby, the disease can be prevented. And last one is prevention by treatment. See here, the pathogen is getting entry from an environment to the production of diseases to clinical manifestation. This incubation period says. In this incubation period, first primary prevention, vaccination or quarantine can be done. Then already okay, the disease has a get entry. There is condition, we can test it. Before clinical manifestation, we can separate it. That's the secondary prevention. Tertiary prevention, once clinical manifestation is there already, give a treatment, make the animal to recover. This is another prevention methods. Then one more control. You employ all strategies, tactics, everything to reduce the frequency of illness. Already the disease is there. Now what do you say? In case of COVID is not preventing, we are controlling the disease. Already disease is there, is already spread. As much as possible, you make all strategies, okay, to reduce the virulence of a disease. That is the control. Aim to reduce the morbidity and mortality. This is to prevent the death. This is the control. The basic principles of a disease control, it comes from a source of reservoir and the person is already get affected. Mode of a transmission through coughing, the susceptible host. One is the control is the reservoir neutralization. That means those who are a person is already affected, we separate it, we treat it, then the person should not spread the disease. The transmission, that means it's transmitted through an airborne or a milk or maybe some other way. We cut down this transmission. Thereby, disease will not be transmitted from the reservoir to the susceptible host. Again, the transmission between the susceptible host means if I'm susceptible, my wife is susceptible, my children are susceptible. I'm getting a COVID-19. I can spread from myself to my wife and my children. In this case, the transmission between myself to my wife has to be prevented. That is to control the disease. The reservoir neutralization, that means you can go for early diagnosis. If there is no treatment, better to cull the animal and the environment. If an animal is going to die at high temperature, manipulate the environment itself. Especially the culling of a bird during an avian influenza outbreak. Total bird population, they are going to remove it to prevent the spreading of a disease. That is the reservoir neutralization. Second one, transmission from a reservoir, reducing the contact. That means isolation and treatment of an infected animal. What that's the government is doing now. The COVID person is get affected, home quarantine, hospital quarantine. You treat it. Once you recover, you release it to the environment. The quarantine of a susceptible animal. If a person is showing a symptom, still is the report is negative, you quarantine him. Then population control. That's the one thing we need to remember. Transmission from the reservoir. Susceptible host. Increase the host resistance. That means you take some immunomodulator. That means in case of animal, given a mineral mixture, go for a regular deworming, given a very good quality of a diet. Thereby you're going to boost the immunity. Thereby you can prevent the disease and go for a vaccination. Most of the time, once you go for a vaccination, people says if you give a vaccine, the milk production comes down. Animals show a limping, animals show a fever. People will not go for vaccination. You say 1,000 animals are there in a village. Around 900 patients they gone for a vaccination. 100 population they not gone for a vaccination. If you get a disease from in 100, that is spread to the all other 900 also. For that purpose, complete vaccination is important. And treatment, chemoprophylaxis. These are all most important for a susceptible host. Then approaches employed for a prevention and control of a disease. One is quarantine. Then again you can plan for a test and slaughter, environmental hygiene, mass immunization, vector control, reservoir control, early diagnosis, treatment, genetic improvement, health education, and epidemiological diagnosis. These are some of the points. Thereby we can prevent the disease, we can control the disease. First of all, quarantine. That means, what do you mean by quarantine? That's nothing but a separation from once you are getting like she said, the period is going to vary. It will go for up to 90 days also. That means highest, from a lowest to the highest incubation period, how many days you need to separate the person. That's a quarantine. That means isolation of animals that are infected are suspected to be so from the non-infected animal. They are at high risk. That's a quarantine. The period depends upon incubation period. Already I told you that is time taken for infection to be confirmed. I test positive. Then time taken for infected animal to become uninfected. This is a quarantine is the most important thing. Thereby, maybe you are getting an animal from outside. You purchase the cattle from some other state or some other district. Don't directly take the animal from an purchase animal to your flock. Separate it for 15 days or 1 month. Separately, you can give the food and water, everything. Once you finalize with a check with the doctor, finalize with them. This animal is not suffering with any communicable disease, then only you can shift it to your herd. Suddenly, if you buy it, you can mix it with the other animal. Definitely, you're going to get any diseases to unaffected animal also. Yeah, period of quarantine is 15 to 30 days. Time taken for confirmation. OIE is a World Organization for Animal Health, established in Paris 1924. They give me guidelines. Depending upon a guidelines, you're supposed to go for a quarantine. Mass treatment. Yeah, you say that maybe the heartworm or an elephant worm is there. For that purpose, all our mass deworming will be done in a human being. Like that, maybe cheap therapeutic agents are available. Mass treatment they will going to give. Thereby, the susceptible population will be prevented from a disease. Thereby, you can plan it out. Maybe you can say sulfonamide in case of a coccidiosis, in case of a birds. So one bird is suffering, all mass treatment, all the birds will be treated with the sulfonamide. Thereby, we can prevent the further spread of any disease. Selective slaughter. The one more is important here. If animal is having any TB, is a test and slaughter. Selectively, those animals has to be in maybe sheep and goat. Selectively, if it's a disease, you slaughter it. That will be the best method of controlling the disease in case of an animal. It's not possible in a human being. Don't say test and slaughter. It's not possible. Don't think about like that. In animals, some extent we can try it out. Selective slaughter. Yeah, affected animal. This you need to think about source of infection. Maybe usually hill and the minor animal can be slaughtered. Usually we go for a tuberculin test. We test it out. If once positive is there, they will send it for a slaughter. Otherwise, they will go for a segregation. In Indian situation, the test and slaughter is too difficult because high initial cost for operation and giving a compensation is not so easy. If 1 lakh birds is there, maybe 10 rupees per bird is itself comes to 10 lakh. It's not so easy to give a compensation. And again, high prevalence of a disease, again, replacement of a stock is also too difficult. These are some of an complication is associated with an application of an test and slaughter. Again, we remember in case of an outbreak of a bird flu in Kerala, 2014, the whole bird population has been slaughtered in Kerala. Kerala is an high risk for what do you say about the government to take a decision. This is also the influenza outbreak in 2014 in November, the killing of birds. In case of a mad cow disease outbreak in UK 1980, they burned all the cows. Then earlier, this is also a method of control of a disease. Hygiene and control of environment. The most of the disease they're going to get it from an environment. The environment hygiene play a very important role. That's in a proper disinfection practices in case of a dairy farm or which are the farm, sanitary control. Everything is a crucial point to control the disease. The environment is a major the threat for everything. Maybe mastitis I told you, environment is playing a major role. It's causing any diseases. Hygienic environments is the most important to control the disease. Then mass immunization. This where you are lacking in India, where you are lacking is within a mass immunization. Now, some of the time there are going to be people not ready for vaccination. The owner, if they say doctor is ready to go for vaccination, but the animal owner they disagree. This is the most worst part of this. If you go for a proper vaccination, the most of the disease can be prevented. That means that you need to make a strict rules. We need to implement the strict rules. Thereby, we can prevent the diseases. That's we can come into the vaccination is nothing but injecting antigen to produce an antibody. Thereby, we can reduce the diseases. This is nothing but a vaccination. The different types are there: strategic vaccination, emergency vaccination, ring vaccination. Depending upon the situation, we need to plan which vaccination is better. We'll go for that. Yeah, you see that. Just you can understand the importance of a vaccination. The blue color, the people is not vaccinated, but they are healthy. Yellow color, they are vaccinated people. Red color, they infected people. You see this population, only 2 people that get infected. The people that not got the vaccination, within some time, almost all population is going to get infected. This is the worst part. Again, here only few people that get vaccination. Almost all 90% they are not vaccinated. Only 2% they infected. See, the more than again unvaccinated, almost all people they got an disease. Those vaccinated people they are healthy. If you go for 90% of a vaccination, only 4 people they are not vaccinated. 2 people have diseases. You may spread a disease for 1 to 2%. This is then a value of a vaccination. If you do in a proper vaccination, most of the diseases can be prevented in India. Proper vaccination, proper cold chaining is important to control the disease. Most of the disease can be controlled. Vaccination schedule, most of the people they know the FMD vaccination will start at the 4 month of age. 2 ml intramuscular, you going to give it twice a year. Anthrax is a spore vaccine, the 1 ml subcut. Annually, we are going to repeat it. We repeat it. Black waters also, the 5 ml subcut. 6 month all season will go for that. Hemorrhagic septicemia, brucellosis, and this is a parasitic disease, theileriosis. The vaccines are available in the market. That's all the label they mention how many ml has to be given, how much has to be given. If you purchase it, definitely put everything idea, go for a vaccination. This is some vaccination schedule. This is also vaccines commercially available in case of an market. This is a sheep and goat vaccine. We go for FMD, black disease, black water, enterotoxemia, hemorrhagic septicemia, sheep pox, and also goat pox. These are some of the vaccines we are practicing in case of a sheep and goat. Yeah, in case of a birds, vaccination for a broiler is different, layer will be different. Layer will be up to 17th week, you're going to keep it because of an egg production. Broiler, most of the time, around 1 month itself we're going to cull it out. For that purpose only up to 1 month we'll go for a vaccination. This is another different vaccination schedule. You may get it through in any literature, in any books or anything. You can go through the vaccination schedule. Yeah, say if any disease to transmit, intermediate route or a vector is a play a very important role. If you control the vector, the most of the disease can be prevented. The biological vector or maybe mechanical vector. Biological vector maybe you can say about as a mosquito or maybe snail. These are all biological vector. The mechanical vector, yeah, the living organism that mechanically transmit the infective agent. The control is play a very important role. You can employ an environmental measure, the source of reduction. Some of the flower pots, they will control it. Okay. That's the source of reduction. Wherever there is a stagnant of a water is there, you need to take it out. And drainage operation, where there is a color of a toilet bubble, gully trap, roof gadget. These are the where there is a source of transmitting in a disease. The plant water management is important. Stagnant of a water is the much more worse. Proper disposal of the waste. This is the most time you'll avoid a mosquito, house fly, everything. Rat also it will going to avoid. Okay, thereby the transmission of a disease can be avoided. Then chemical, you can apply some of the chemicals available. This is permethrin, there is mineral oils can be applied. DDT is a ban, now you're not supposed to use it. Some of an organophosphorus compound like dichlorovas, carbonate, some stomach poisons like sodium fluoride, fumigant like hydrogen cyanide and methylene bromide. These all can be applied, but proper management is better than the chemical management, I can say. These some of the things, pyrethroids, this is to control the mosquito. These are things can be used to control the vector in both in animal and also human population. Some biological, the fishes, some of these type of fishes, they can be applied to control and mosquitoes, snails can be applied. The fungi, protozoa, bacteria, genetically manipulated, some of insects can also be applied to control of most of a vector. There you need to think much more in this. You can apply as much as possible biological control of diseases. Then reservoir control. Now the person or animal or a non-living thing where the infectious agent is going to live and multiply and transmit to the susceptible host. This is to controlling this transmission of a disease can be prevented. That's wild animal, the reservoir, especially the bat or maybe the fox is a reservoir for rabies. The rabies, I can say that's a dog is an intermediate host, and also we can say the cattle is a dead-end host. Once you get to the cattle is going to die. Those animals, the people they're going to handle the cattle, they also will going to get the diseases. This reservoir has to be handled in a proper way. Thereby, we can prevent the transmission of a disease from a reservoir to the susceptible host. Then early diagnosis. This is the most important. Wherever you have a farm or a flock, early diagnosis play a very important role in controlling the disease or prevent is the most. That's where brucellosis, if you go for an agglutation test, test it. If this is animal is positive, you separate the animal or you treat the separately. You quarantine that particular animal. Thereby, we can prevent the disease transmitting from that particular animal to the susceptible population. Glanders, you can go for a Malin test, leptospira, MAT, microscopic agglutination test, rabies, fluorescent, the fluorescent agglutination test, tuberculosis, intradermal test, Newcastle disease, HI, swine influenza, you can go for a complementation test. Like this test can be applied, diagnose the disease, segregate the animal, treat the disease. Maybe other animal, if a vaccine is available, go for a vaccination. Thereby we can control the disease. This is some of the tuberculin test, the fluorescent agglutination test. Then genetic improvement. Yeah, selective breeding. You say some population is not going to get affected. Maybe in a study COVID, O positive blood group is resistant for would you say COVID-19? Like that, here they say FMT and TB is the Mongol breed is not susceptible. If the particular population is there, you rate that particular population if a good production is there. Okay, you can plug Endama cattle is a resistance for any trypanosoma. Like that, you can genetically, you can identify that particular, you can modify it, you can introduce this species to the that's a production stock, thereby you can control the disease. This is the one point you can go for that. And health education, where the most often the diseases from an animal, they will be transmitted to the human being. Here education of the farm owners or farmers or in public is the most important. If you educate in a community, or you know the people that's in a mass, everything doing educating you, wear a mask, everything, that's the education, that's the education is needed to the farmers, how the disease is transmitted, how the FMD is transmitted, what are the precaution has to be taken, how the avian influenza is transmitted, what are the precaution has to be taken. You need to make a foot bath, keep a sanitizer, go for a fumigation, separate the animal, and what are the symptoms you're going to see if a disease is affected. That's education play a very important role to control the disease. That's educating the children's. That's also the most important thing. And you know, you are celebrating 6th June, World Zoonosis Day. In that particular, we'll create awareness regarding TB, brucella, rabies, everything. That's education play a very important role. And epidemiological diagnosis. That means which area is get affected with which disease. This disease will be transmitted from this area to any other area. Epidemiological, the diagnosis can be made. Okay, in this season, this disease will be outbreak most common in this area. Go for vaccination before outbreak itself. Thereby, we can prevent the disease. That is epidemiological analysis. As surveillance is most important. That's the tracking of a disease outbreak. Thereby, go for a vaccination. We can treat it. This is an epidemiological diagnosis. And epidemiological surveillance, I told you, we can make a map, we can create a data, what are the susceptible population, which age is affected in this particular age, okay, getting this disease, give a vaccination, or some immunomodulator, or an immunizer, that's an increase the immunity, do something, thereby we can control the disease. That is epidemiological assessment is the most important here. Then prevention of a zoonotic disease in human population is the most important, because if a disease is zoonotic important, definitely it will take in a turn like this. Maybe you say even influenza. Why it has taken that big boom means it's transmitting the human. If only birds are dying, no one is bothered. Only veterinarian or maybe that's the policy maker that regarding to the animal husbandry they bother. If they transmit it to the human, whole public will going to comes, will going to get an attention. That means here the prevention of diseases in human also is an important. That high risk group population must be protected from occupational zoonotic diseases. We can say that the veterinarians or maybe farmer, the owner or a farmer is susceptible for TB, that's on brucellosis, rabies. Okay, there's so many diseases. If you diagnose, if you go for a testing, then only you'll come to know, oh, I'm getting so many diseases like this. For that purpose, we need to take utmost precaution when you are giving a treatment to the animal, or maybe when you are maintaining an animal. Okay, it can be achieved through health education, personalizing, protective clothing, immunization, regular testing, reducing the contact potential. The same thing what you are doing for a COVID-19, same thing has to be followed here to prevent the zoonotic diseases. Then improving social customs, early diagnosis, keeping environment hygiene. Okay, and again coordination between the medical, veterinary, and public health and agriculture. Here the disease will be transmitted from environment to the animal, animal to the human. A public health person is important, veterinary doctor important, human doctor important, and agriculture is also important. If you use an high pesticide, high insecticide, everything, if you load to the animal, again same thing will be transmitted to the human. Again everything will continue like this. For that purpose, each and every person has to contribute for this. Then only you are going to get very good public health. Thereby you control the disease in animal also, in human also. The factor has to be disease control eradication program. That's we need veterinary infrastructure, diagnostic facility we need, adequate surveillance we need, availability of a replacement stock, produce of opinion and cooperation, public opinion, public health consideration, requirement for legislation and compensation, ecological consequences, and financial support. If these are all, everything is there, then only we can plan for eradicating program, public health program. Otherwise, it's too difficult. If you coming to the veterinary infrastructure, the mobile veterinary services, adequate diagnostic facility, research purpose facility, proper manpower, proper resources, then only we can diagnose it. Otherwise, it's not so easy to diagnose, it's not so easy to treat the diseases. Then controlling the animal, you can test and destroy. I already told you, test and segregate, go for immunization. This is in case of control, in case of an animal. Again, some treatment, if possible, you can give it, and restoring and movement of a population. If a family affected animal is there, you can close the sandy in that particular area. You close the animal gathering. You close the people gathering. You avoid and transport of an animal to infected area to the uninfected area. There we can plan it out. That's another one. Prohibition of a slaughter of a diseased animal. That means if a diseased animal is affected, the people will sell for a slaughter, the people go for a slaughtering, he may get the diseases. In this condition, prevention of an ill animal for a slaughter also is very important. And again, destruction of a pathogenic material. Maybe abortion is there, the placenta and everything. I'll go and treat it. I'll ask the owner to dispose it in a proper way. He'll go and he'll throw it out somewhere. The same animal, some other animal will go and then pick up the infection. That means proper disposal of an animal waste, proper disposal of a dead animal, proper disposal of needles, syringes, everything is important. Thereby we control the disease spread, disinfection of a contaminated area. That's everything is play a very important role in preventing the diseases. Prevention in mal, I told you already, public health awareness. It's better to go for a pasteurized milk drinking, use of a safe milk and safe meat as much as possible. Cook it, take a milk coverage. Don't take a raw meat at any point of time. You will be end up in so many diseases. Proper disposal of a suspected material, go for a vaccination. This is the most important thing we need to remember. Prevention, that's a general, just I have included that. 4 sliders are there. Prevention of a bacterial diseases, that's just is a combination of everything. Isolation and treatment of infected animal, one thing. The constant surveillance, early treatment of preventing diseases, clean and disinfecting the area. The policies of a quarantine, slaughter, disinfection has to be followed in a properly in your premises. Vaccinate the animal, available bacterial disease and viral diseases and also parasitic diseases. Maintain a high plane of nutrition, like a proper nutrition, like a mineral mixture, everything. Go for a regular deworming, regular health checkup, and destroy the carcass in a proper way. Like this, we can prevent the bacterial diseases. The viral disease also same thing. Isolate and treat the infected animal, clean the infected thing. Again, same slaughter and infected disinfection of infected premises. Vaccination is the most thing you need to do it. And again, high plane of nutrition, frequent disinfection of an animal shed, proper disposal of a carcass, same thing in the bacterial and viral disease also. And parasitic diseases, identify and treat with an anti-helminthic properly, regular deworming, proper disposal of a feces if an infected population is there, proper deworming schedule, avoiding any grazing in a wet pasture. If it's in a particular area is having a stains is much more, avoid that particular area. Thereby we can prevent the diseases. And vaccinating with an available vaccine with an parasitic. Keep in a clean water, clean feed to the animal. High plane of nutrition as much as possible. Dry your that's area, dry plane, let's avoid a wetness in your area. Again, fungal, clean, again cleanliness, everything. And again, if unoccupied stock is there, we will disinfectant before going to the unoccupied stock. Finally, I'll say in my topic, prevention is better than cure. Wherever you go, in animal or a human, wherever you go, prevention is better than cure. The same thing is applied within a COVID-19 also. Prevent it. Don't think about a treatment or a curing of a disease. Regular vaccination. Maybe you get the disease or not. Maybe 3 years there is no outbreak, sir. I'll not go for a vaccine. No, I'll not recommend. Please go for a vaccination. Proper disease surveillance in the area, which season, which disease the outbreak is there. Okay, what are the precautions has to be taken? That's the most important. And educating the animal. What are the precautions has to be taken if this disease is there? how has to be prevented, how has to be controlled. Everything has to be important and proper implementation of government policies. If you do this, definitely we can control the most of the diseases. I can't say all the diseases, most of the diseases can be prevented in your farm or in your area, in your district, in your state, or I can say in India. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Indira.
Thank you, Dr. Manjunath, for giving us a very good lecture. So, Devi Prasad, 2 questions are there, sir. Devi Prasad Isore, what will be the remedies for biofilm producing organisms?
Madam, please repeat
Dr.
the question.
Manjunath?
Sir, madam, please repeat the question.
What will be the remedies for biofilm producing organism? Biofilm organisms.
Ma'am, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
Okay,
I will
okay.
refer and come back.
Okay. Why there were, second question is from same person, Devi Prasad Isore. Why there were FMD outbreaks in Eastern India after proper vaccination in past 2 years?
Problem is there, FMD because of the 5 strains, Asia 1, okay, SAD 1, 2, 3 like that. Yeah, the vaccination is available for only 2 or 3 strains. If you vaccinate for 1 strain, again, outbreak of another strain is going to happen. Once, if you do it regularly, definitely we can prevent it. Again, is one more thing, the proper vaccination, most of the time, the vaccination that done it, maybe another animal will not be vaccinated, maybe wild animal also the disease will be transmitted. Most of the time, it's maybe due to the different strains of vaccines are available, different strains of a virus is available. You are vaccinating for only the 2 to 3 strains, remaining strains we are not vaccinating, that is the one reason for an outbreak of an epidemic.
Thank you, sir, for your very good lecture on prevention and control of common diseases of livestock and poultry. And here we close our first session. And for second session, we will be available we will start at 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. रमाकांत प्रसाद, एक बार आप हिंदी में बोल दीजिए.
यस मैडम, हम लोग नेक्स्ट सेशन स्टार्ट करेंगे 3 PM टू 5 PM. अभी के लिए क्विट करना है क्या हमें?
अभी लंच टाइम है और 3 से 5 बजे हम लोग फिर सेकंड सेशन स्टार्ट करेंगे. मैं सभी पार्टिसिपेंट से बोलती हूँ कि यूट्यूब लाइव स्ट्रीम पे फिर आप लोग ज्वाइन करिएगा. और अभी हम लोग लंच के लिए ब्रेक कर रहे हैं. एंड थैंक यू मंजुनाथ सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.